Oh, sweet. Joe had a potion of
Twitch.
invisibility over here. That's awesome.
We're doing some loot sorting.
Yeah, I just deleted all these cards. There was all trash and stuff that we left behind.
This is the card you sold already, I guess.
Which one? Yeah, I haven't touched that one
Just
yet.
delete it.
There you go, gone. And I moved the fire card back to that spot over here. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
All right. I've got the generator up. I'm generating some random alchemical ingredients to replace what was lost. We'll say you gave all your ingredients to your alchemist, and he thought it would be a good idea to trade with this other alchemist who had, like, a different supply of ingredients, and a lot of swapping happened, and he might have been swindled a little bit, but anyway, you're going to wind up with a different supply of things than you had before.
That's okay. There's one thing I knew that I had, but there's ectoplasm that I collected.
So I have this note card just below town here. If you remember a specific thing, write it on that card now before I start.
That's the only thing I had that all that
A
like
specific thing about what?
You know, he,
300
he remembers
pounds
he
of,
had a bunch of ectoplasm. I remember that too, so you can put
I
that
had
on the
like
card.
I had like 300 pounds of like that sungrass or something like that.
All right. Talking's great, but put it on the note card, man.
This one here.
The one below town. Do you see the town?
All right. Yeah.
All right. I actually updated the item generation for my Dark Sun game, so I'm going to go to that one. It'll be a little easier to generate a list. The only problem is it's going to generate some items I don't want to add on here, so I'll have to sort it a bit.
I just wanna take some sleep. 7 o'clock, go the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets. I had to buy some new face coverings for work because the one I was wearing was like a gator. You know, the ones that like cover your whole half of your head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It had gotten so loose it would just like slink down off my face.
Oh. It'd be funny to wear like an actual ninja mask.
Oh yeah. So I got these ones that are made out of this breathable fabric because I've been having trouble breathing in that thing too.
Mm. Would anybody complain if you went in wearing like a full-on like respirator?
Oh yeah, this is much better. If I went in wearing what?
A full respirator, like for a spray painter.
Probably yeah. I do work in a restaurant. It'd probably be cumbersome and in the way.
Could be. I mean, they bulge out. They stick out about 4 inches on either side of your cheek. 'Cause it's got the
What do you need
filter.
a respirator for? What are you talking about?
Well, he's got to wear a mask. I'm just thinking of masks that are easier to breathe
Oh,
in.
for work?
Yeah, I'm gonna work in a restaurant.
Hmm.
Here's 4 ounces of animal blood.
You ought to buy
6
one of
pounds
those.
magical beast fur.
You ought to buy one of those nerdy space helmets. I dare you. Wear one of those to work. People will love it.
A respirator, like a decent one, you'll get used to it.
And then, Chris, there's
Yeah.
4 ounces of animal blood and 6 pounds of magic beast fur over here.
Yeah, that was
On
for
these
me. I
cards.
think at some point. Huh?
Yeah, I picked it up for you. On this card here. I like how the 4 ounces of animal blood are worth 0.04 gold pieces. Alright, Ninja, I wanna sell these. I'm gonna keep one full Cult of Orcus outfit as a disguise,
Good plan. All right.
but I'm selling everything off of this.
All right.
Iron half plate,
I'm
wizard
kind of busy,
style?
so just cut all the values of objects in half and pocket
Got
whatever's
you.
left.
Got you. Alright, I need a calculator.
On average, everything sells for about half its normal value. If you've got gems or art objects, you can usually sell those for full price. Because a gem is basically a store of value. It's as good as coins. So it's the easiest way to carry a large amount of wealth.
Alright, so divided by 2 equals 909 gold from this card here.
Ash blossom. That's an ingredient. I've got 5 things on my list. Let's see.
Would you want these prayer wheels, this art, whatever it is, Chris?
Well, what's that for?
I don't, it's just art.
That'd be mostly for a museum, I guess, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna sell it.
Just give me a minute. I'm looking at the crafting and gathering alchemy just for some of the mats that I remember having. I know I had the mats to make like healing potions, that's for sure. But and some of the mats to make some
You said crystal spheres sell for like, is that, would that be considered a gem?
Nah, it's a material component for crafting items made of crystal, I guess. Or a crystal sphere can also be a arcane focus, so maybe to a wizard you could sell it for a decent amount.
Do you want 221 pounds of small animal fur, Chris?
of what?
Small animal furs.
No, maybe for fire.
You act like he's coming back.
Well, I don't know that. I'm just saying.
Alright. Keeping those. Did I? Okay, I remember the glasses that were cursed and wouldn't let me sleep. I got them fixed. Did they throw them in the water of the temple and I couldn't get them back?
Yeah, that's usually how that works.
The thing was expensive. It's worth a lot.
Yeah, they were like demonic or something, like the look of them.
And I put them straight on my face with zero hesitation. $2,000 coppers, 20 gold, correct?
Yes. Sure is. All right, here's a bunch of items. Willow bark, silverthorn, mushrooms, mandrake root, ash blossom, hag finger, sourgrass. Probably not what you had before, but it's a bunch of ingredients.
Yeah, those are kind of the elements I know I had here on this card, but I don't know all the quantities. Ectoplasm, I had some from killing when we killed all those ghosts
For sure. Yep.
knights and whatever they are. Um, it wasn't. It was like in ounces, you know. It was like, but I can't remember how many.
Yeah. Hard to say. It all comes out of the generator and it does all the math for how much things are worth, so it's easier
Yeah.
just to generate new items like this.
Okay.
A couple of the things are on there, like the sour grass, so. And, you know, different mushrooms. He traded your red ones for some blue ones, but oh well. I've got a whole bunch of different nobles that you could potentially talk to. Because you were saying you wanted to get in with the nobility. And so
Yes,
I
I
have
do.
pulled out my bag of nobles, and there are many, many nobles. Just trying to organize them. There's several different families, and then there's some loose associations of people that are just sort of hanging out from different families. Trying to make sure I don't mix the two groups too bad. I did have an adventure in mind that you could probably do with just a couple of you and maybe an NPC or two.
We have these two NPCs that were there with us right now. There's a sorcerer and that ranger.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. You got some allies, so you might be able to run around and do some stuff regardless of being down quite a few party members.
And maybe Professor is gonna join at some point.
That would be nice.
Are green dragons and red dragons opposed, or are they the same kind of dragon?
Now, I think all the chromatic dragons would be opposed to each other just because they're evil and greedy dragons that want to have all the treasure, and so they'd be territorial and they'd definitely fight each other and drive each other
So,
out of
would
each
they
other's
be
territory.
interested in gear made out of the other dragon's hide?
To
It's
the
a
extent
treasure.
that they like to collect treasure, yes.
Okay.
It's quite valuable if we can get like green dragon scale.
I've got a dragon scale bracer scarred by fire and a hair comb crafted from a red dragon scale.
I didn't know. That must be one of those things that you picked up at somewhere.
Must be.
Is that even worth anything?
It doesn't have a price. It was just something I'd found in like one of the rooms I was sneaking around and looking in. I think I did an investigate roll on something and it was like a really good roll. And he's like, "Oh, well, you also found this shit that was hidden under here."
Oh, nice.
Dude, I think it's great that this mithril katana weighs less than this rapier.
Yeah,
My rapier.
mithril makes for an amazing weapon.
Mm-hmm. Are you comparing to my rapier?
No, I have a rapier. That's what I use. Oh, I found out what an epee is. It's a fencing weapon.
Oh, I knew that.
Oh, well, fine. I was actually at work and they do a trivia night there, and the guy was like, "Name all 3 types of fencing weapons." And I was like, "Foil,
Rapier,
saber."
epee.
It's not rapier. It's actually saber. They call it a
Really?
saber.
Rapier's
Mhm.
not it.
But
Rapier.
it is a rapier, but they call it a saber in fencing.
The fencing saber, right? All right.
And then, yeah. And I was like, "Thanks, D&D."
No, it's actually a saber that I have. Masterwork Steel Helve Saber. I love these effects though, like from that book that you brought us there.
Grit and glory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was reading that the other day after we saw that.
It's fantastic. It makes being a fighter a lot more fun because you have a lot more combat options and things you can do tactically. Having more tactical options is always better. I feel like 3rd edition did that better. Like a fighter would get fighter feats, and you'd have many fighter feats by the time you got to like level 12 or something. You'd probably have 6 or 7 of them, and then you'd have this massive list of like 300 different feats to pick from, and the fighter list was half of that. And so you could create so many interesting and unique fighting styles based on the feats that you could take. So, I mean, once you picked them, you were sort of locked in. It didn't give you, like, initially tons of choice, and then once locked in, you kind of were stuck with that one thing that you did. Or, you know, that group of, like, 5 or 6 things that you did. But still, having 5 or 6 things that you do well is nice. Compared to, I don't know. They just want you to, like, role-play your attacks to make them different, I guess. Because for the most part, it's I roll a d20. Did I hit? Yes. I roll some damage.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of our fights are just like that sometimes. Cricket.
Hello.
Yep.
What you up to, man?
Waiting for it to go to the moon.
That's right, baby.
Wait, it's not going anywhere.
Did you buy any more?
Yeah, I bought it 40.
Oh, you did?
At 40.
Nah.
Oh,
Nah.
God. I was about to puke for you.
Did buy back in at 30 something. I'm down on it, but
I hit that dip.
still
thing.
up.
I bought in at that dip when it got down to 24. It was good for me.
Yeah, still think it's gonna go up.
Oh, I do too. Well, I mean, I'm gonna at
Which-
least wait until 420 to see if it goes to $1. Like
What are you
everybody say
talking-
it's going to.
What are you talking about?
The Doogie.
The douchey. What is that?
Dogecoin.
Oh.
Cryptocurrency.
Is it though?
Meme coin. It's more of a meme than anything. People are
Oh,
putting
yeah.
money behind memes because it's backed by absolutely nothing.
It's kind of like an NFT, if you know what an NFT is.
Another fucking transvestite.
What is it? Non-fungible
Non-fungible
transaction?
token. It's a so
Oh,
imagine an artist says, or in a specific case, imagine like somebody says this is like the first tweet that ever existed. Jack Dorsey from Twitter, the first tweet that ever existed, and you have this non-fungible token, an NFT, which is a crypto token that says this is the official first one, and then somebody can buy it, and it has value based on how much people are willing to pay for it. Dogecoin's like that because it's like not based on anything. It's a meme. So if everybody says, "Hey, this meme is awesome. I'm going to buy it," then it has value.
All right, I've got all my cards consolidated.
And I think I've put most of the figurines where they're supposed to be.
Imagine we're still gonna wait for Professor, yeah?
No, bruh. Where's Kev?
He's working. He's got a project, dude. At the end of the week, kind of behind on.
Golly,
It's
gonna be
too
2 of y'all?
busy.
I guess.
We're doing a small game. It's gonna be quaint. I had a small quest planned though. I figured most of this would be RP in town, and then we would like maybe have time for 1 or 2 little small actual adventures that I could throw at you that I had picked out. But we're a minimalist group tonight. That's fine. Just making sure all these NPCs are where they belong. There's so many nobles now. So many. The
Okay.
noble houses are full.
You guys started something?
No, not yet.
Well, we are on Twitch. We're running. We're live. Feel free to start. Feel free to do whatever you want to do as a character.
Do you care if we wait just a minute and see if Professor shows up?
Yeah,
I think you said he was eating. He'd probably join in. At least he'll be able to hear.
good point.
We're in the hometown right now, yeah.
Yep.
I'd like to go back to the back alley after a week and see if he's got any new wares.
The back alley.
Oh shoot, that's another thing I'm missing. I think. Oh fuck. It's like that half barrel of gunpowder.
Whose card is this with all the gems on it? This is mine, I think. Because the the bloodstained medallion with the woman's portrait, isn't that what I stole from the priestess lady I killed?
I
Hang on.
don't know. I don't remember that.
Where's that?
Right here on this the player reference page, like right beside your stuff to the north of it. Oh, hey, this is the card I was talking about right here that I thought got deleted. This one here.
All right. Were you sitting over in this section? These might be your items here.
I might have at one point in time thinking like I always get these two spots mixed up. Yeah, like just because they're opposites, and if I've got my camera weird.
Yeah. Yeah,
And I
that's
always
probably your stuff.
always used to sit at red too.
I try not to touch any of the items that are here, so anything that was there has just been
Yeah,
mine.
maybe my
Alright.
my missing stuff is in this corner.
Oh yeah, because this even has a card about me hiring somebody here, so I think that is my stuff.
Can I add to my card that half barrel of gunpowder?
Yep, I remember that one. That's fine.
Pure acid mithril light hammer. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's fire. So
It's worth 17,000 gold.
I think he might just be borrowing it though.
Bag of tricks rust. Isn't this yours? Didn't you buy that?
Yeah, that's mine.
I think this was just a inventory of a vendor, is what this card is. Moon touched sword.
Who has that?
I think this is just a vendor list.
This is
Both
Back
of
Alley
these.
Merchant. This is what he's selling. So Barker, he says he's gotten some incense, a pewter pendant, cloth choker, a hunter's cap, wooden ewer, a ceramic bowl, and an iron dagger from a recent haul that some of the local pickpockets have collected.
What is a ewer?
Ewer. I think it's a cup. I believe it's a cup.
Ask him to see the hat and the choker.
They're both of fine quality. Obviously, snatched from a noble while they were like walking through the streets.
I'll trade him a gem that's worth 50 gold pieces for it.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. For the choker, you said?
Both of them.
All
And
right.
it's 50 gold value for both of them.
I'll unlock the card. You can snag them off there.
I got it. I didn't delete it though.
So he'll tell you if you have anything that you've gotten that you can't sell in a regular store. Feel free to sell it to me.
Oh, do I ever? And I drop a bag that weighs approximately 860 pounds on his front door. I'll just say this is where I sold all of my shit.
Right, that's fine. That's a good way to get rid of all of your loot and items you didn't want.
And then I hand him a big ass bag of gems and I ask him if he can exchange these for coins.
Well, he just gave you most of his coins when you sold all that stuff, right? So probably not. But he'll tell you if you go to one of the more reputable stores, they could probably help you out. Like maybe the Hunter's Mark, he'll suggest. The Hunter's Mark usually has a lot of money on hand because, she's a noble after all.
Cool. I ask if anybody in town does identifying. Do you know?
Identification could probably be purchased from any of the wizard schools around town. That's a skill that most of the wizards possess.
You should know a couple of them.
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna go to the Bard's College real quick and see if I can open this book. It's only openable in the Temple of Revelry or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Well, when you get to the Bard's College, you're probably going to want to talk to your contact, Gwendolyn Canny,
Indeed.
also a member of the Harper's Guild in secret. So Gwendolyn's around. She's sitting in the Bard's College. It's got a big open area, sort of half bar, half stage for somebody to perform out in the open while people sit around in sort of a 90-degree angle bar looking in on the stage. And
I'll sit and watch.
She's sitting there having a drink. Nobody's actually performing right now. It's sort of the middle of the afternoon. Probably later.
I'll
Some
get
acts
up
will
and
play.
do my I'll get up and do my interpretive dance, but I'll actually do a performance on it this time.
Right on.
I'm still want to recruit people though, if they'll have it, if they'll understand. A 4.
All right.
It's an amazing performance.
So you dance, and everybody who's paying attention is not very interested. Gwendolyn laughs a little bit. She continues to sip her drink. She covers her mouth so you don't see she's laughing. The master of the Bard's College face palms a little bit and goes into her office.
I'll smile, thinking I've done a great job, and come sit down and say hi to Gwendolyn.
This woman comes over and talks to Gwendolyn. You recognize her as Enwen Ruidian, the counselor, master of the Bard's College. Maybe she'd be a good person to talk to.
Yeah, I actually just sit down and try to open the book and see if, like right beside them, and see if they say anything special about it, if they notice what it is, or if they have any comments about it.
All right. You attempt to open the book, but when your hand goes to pull it open, you feel a deep sense of boredom, and then you can't will yourself to open it.
I say to myself, I thought for sure this place would do the trick. And then I ask them if there's any news on Jane Doe. I haven't seen her around, and I would like to meet up with her.
Jane Doe. Refresh my
Bucket.
memory. Bucket.
You said that would be her name forever because we couldn't remember what her name was.
Right on, right on. And I don't remember that her name was Jane Doe.
that's how forgettable Bucket is. She's so good at her job.
Well, the multiple buckets thing is making it tricky as well. So, yeah, she's actually here. Did you ask around for her?
Yeah, I'll ask Gwendolyn
All
and
right.
the head of the Bard's College, who happens to be sitting there.
All right. She finds you when you go looking around for her. She's in one of the side areas, but she'll say, "Hey, what's up?"
I just asked her if she'd like to travel with us. We've got some business planned, and we're a little short on party members. I'd like to see if she'd like to get out of town for a bit.
Unfortunately, I'm on a mission. I've got very important business to attend to this afternoon, and I can't help you out.
I ask if she needs any help with her business.
Oh, it's a secret guild business. I'm not supposed to talk about it, you understand. But there's another thing you could maybe help me out with.
I motion for her to continue.
All right. I've been looking for Mr. Vautnalos, and clues say that he's escaped into the sewers somewhere, and he's got a benefactor that's protecting him down there. We've sent a few people after him, and one of them came back terrified, saying that he saw some creatures down there, and he's not going back. The other one didn't come back at all. That's got the boss spooked a little bit, and he needs somebody who can scout it out and find out what's going on down there. If Mr. Vautnalos has dangerous allies, this could be hazardous for the guild. But that's all I know. So investigate the sewers if you have time. I am on a vital other mission that I can't talk about, and I have to be heading out. Any last words?
Yeah, I'll actually nod to her and say I've actually already gotten started on that, as Big Boss asked me to do the same
Mm.
when I first met him. So I've put a couple leads down in the sewers, but I'll be happy to go investigate. And I kind of grab her arm and I stop her for a second. I say, I actually picked something up for you on my last job, and I hand her this Elven Mithril necklace that's worth 1,200 gold pieces.
Mm. All right. That sounds like something I should make a note about.
And I say, I just thought this would look striking on you, so I got it for you. Surely its previous owner won't miss it too much.
1200 GP mithril necklace, you said?
Elven style mithril necklace.
Elven style mithril necklace. Got it.
I say, I do hope you like it, and then I smile and I say, well, to business then.
I'm gonna put her name on here too. Jane Doe. All right, she appreciates it a lot. But she's got to run. She takes off immediately. She's got a bag like she's going to be traveling.
I just kind of like smile, watch her as she goes, and smile a little bit, and then get about my business.
Yeah, all right.
Do you
And
think
when
the leader of the
Ruidian-
bards? Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
she's gonna go behind the bar and make a drink for herself.
I ask her if she would have any advice for a fledgling trickster, a roguish trickster. Cantrips are new to me, and I'm having trouble getting them to come out correctly sometimes. Do you have any like tips for the hand gestures or anything like that? And I'll just pack a pipe full of weed and start talking to her, chatting to her about it.
All right.
Small talk.
She'll perform the motions. Oh, crit fail. Why am I rolling all ones tonight? And her hand cramps, and she's going to apologize and say she's been writing so many letters today that it's given her a hand cramp. She'll try to demonstrate with her other hand, her offhand. She's a bit ambidextrous. She gets, ooh, I rolled a 6. She's not doing a great job of explaining it to her, and she might be a little bit drunk at this point.
Nice. Well, I just smile, understanding that she's the master of the Bard's College and not much better at it than I am, and
Right.
it makes me laugh. I say, I guess I see why I'm having difficulties with it then.
Difficulties with what? She asks.
Just getting my magic to feel fluid. I feel it's always forced. I don't feel comfortable casting it yet.
Nah, right. Well, she fires off some cantrips, some little flickers of light and flashes of illumination. Very fancy stuff. It seems easy, and she's like, "You just do this."
I attempt to take some water from a bucket behind the bar and wash out the mug she just used with it using control water.
Mm.
I mean,
Not
I do
bad.
it. It's just a cantrip, but
Yes.
yeah. And then I use prestidigitation to clean the rest of the bar, the top of the bar.
All
And I
right.
ask her if she'd like some of the popweed. It's a
She
special
does not.
halfling blend.
She does not partake of the smoke. It would affect my voice, she says.
I just say, most halflings enjoy the raspier voice of a woman, so I guess I didn't think about that. I'm sorry.
But she's an elf. Her high-pitched voice has to be protected. Otherwise, her singing would be all out of tune.
Understandable. I ask if she has any work for the guild.
Do you mean for the Bard's College?
Yeah.
Bard's College.
She doesn't know
work.
about my other work, so I'm not going to mention that.
She says she's quite busy planning galas and parties for the nobility, and she doesn't really have a whole lot of time for her own plans and machinations right now. But in the future, maybe she'll call on you.
I'll tell her I'll be sure to drop off a keg of Kazanlir's Iron Brew for her.
Yeah, that's what his character does in the
Party.
background when he's not playing. He just brews and brews 24/7.
Yeah, so I can go pick up a keg for you, I say, and I'll drop it by.
All right.
And then I say, I've got business around town. Thanks for your time, ladies.
Thought for sure you'd ask her about the book.
I did. Oh, I thought she would. I tried to, but she didn't say anything. It didn't seem like she noticed anything about it.
Nope. You walked in, you tried to open the book, you failed, and then you went and had a conversation about other different things.
Yeah, I guess I could mention it, but I'll wait till later. It's fine.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. I was like, all right, come on. Come on.
I don't know if it's. I mean, I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure it's just a nothing book. That's just a random book, but I don't know. It's intriguing me.
They are random books, but they all have a method to open them up.
Well,
You
then,
can't- you
since
can't
you
read it
since
at
you
all until it's
mentioned
open.
it, since you mentioned it, I'll stop at the doorway. Think better of my decision to leave and ask her if she's seen anything similar to this in the past.
No, well, no. It's well, I mean, I've seen books before. What's special about it?
I just don't seem to open it. It's got this two mugs on the front of it, clinking together and spilling mead everywhere. I thought surely it had a key. So it was some sort of clue to how to open it.
Well, she casts her spells upon it. Detect magic. Not cursed. Magical. Identify. Magic book. Attempts to open it seem to cause great boredom and lack of desire to open the book. The book seems to require entertainment, but a particular kind of entertainment. Getting a sense of religiosity. A temple, perhaps.
I ask her if she knows any temples where gods of revelry might reside.
Well, she'll suggest that the elves often sing and dance while worshipping, and other spiritualists from different religious orders might have practices that involve chants. Anything with reverence and a performative nature to it might do the trick. We could even attempt it here. If you want to come back later tonight, I could have some of our singers perform a religious hymn and see if that evokes the proper environment for the book to open.
I'll nod excitedly and say that sounds like a great idea. I ask if she also happens to know Mage Hand by chance.
Yes. A simple
hand her
spell. And she...
I hand her another book and say, "Will you attempt to open this one, please?"
All right.
With the Mage Hand spell.
It's a book that opens with the mage hand. All right, she can
Celestial Book of Kundu.
open it. Kundu.
This flawless light librum is bound in copper plates and locked. It is locked by magic and can be opened only by a Mage Hand spell.
I think you need to go to a strip club with that book.
Maybe.
Hey, where's that little bag with all the animals that we had?
Not sure, but I can spawn another one.
If you don't mind, like when you have a minute. I'm trying to spawn all the animals that I can.
Is it this right here that says Bestiary?
This,
Bestiary?
this one,
Is it?
probably not. Bestiary is 2D
Yeah.
sprites from the.
That's the one. Yeah.
It's like one of the D&D monster lists. I think.
Oh, Doge dropping hard right now.
Buy. Buy low,
Not
sell
yet.
high.
Not yet. It's only at 28 cents.
You got a card for that book? Where's it at?
Yeah, it's it's in this big list of other books right here. By my stuff, it's right here.
That one. Gotcha.
And it is the Celestial Book of Kundu. Like the third or fourth one down. And the other book is the one right below the Mystical Book of Kundu.
It's getting limited. There's not. I thought there would be more animals in there.
What are you looking for?
I need a howl. I have that. I need a mastiff. Giant boar, a lion, brown bear, and a rat.
Well, I can get you a rat. And a bear. Bear. Rat. You can use this as a mastiff. Or the wolf.
Where are you putting them? Thinking maybe I can just spawn a pig for the boar.
Oh. It's nerve-wracking to adjust things on these note cards, but there you go. Your book has been replaced. So this one provides a +1 bonus to charisma performance checks to do religious ceremonies or sacrifices.
Perfect.
So this ties into a sacrifice system where if you want to perform a sacrifice to get some sort of religious effect or a spell effect or something, you can make a sacrifice check. It's a religious check. If you have people around you, like a congregation of worshippers, while you perform the sacrifice, it gives you a +1 bonus to do the religion check. But if all the people standing around are also singing the song while holding this book, then it gives a further +1 to those sacrifices, which is, always good.
Right.
However, the book only works in situations where you were performing some kind of religious ceremony like that, so that's why it wouldn't open before.
I see. It makes sense now.
All right, after she figures out what it does, she's overjoyed, and she's going to clap, smile, and say, "I love a good mystery," and she's going to down her drink in one shot, and then storm off to command her people to sing songs better than they were singing them previously.
I like it. Well, I leave until I leave a note for Jane Doe with Gwendolyn and ask her to give it to her when she returns, and say meet me. Do you mind meeting me at the location I described? That will be the location of my operations when she returns. I explained to her before when I met her about the dungeon that I'd kind of concealed the entrance to and decided to turn into a base of operation.
Where the necromancers were from?
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Notes. Trying to take better notes so I remember some of this shit. Important note taking. It's just like when you're programming, you have to leave comments so you can go back and say this is what I meant to do with this block of code, and then later when you look at the comment, it's like, oh, that's what that does. It's exactly the same in D&D. Proper note taking helps the pieces fit together the way they're supposed to. All right, so Chris, what are you doing? What's more
I'm in the
doing
lab.
in town?
I'm gonna be in the lab for now. I'm like to talk to my little friend the alchemist.
Yeah. We had a little sideboard for that. Let's see.
Yeah, it's over here. Where I'm,
Yeah. Boy, this place looks nice. Look at that. So much
Yeah.
detail.
Yeah, we spent a little while decorating it.
This is fantastic. I like it. I'm going to give this the slow panoramic 360 look at the office environs here. Okay, so here you have Roger Stonesworn, the alchemist apprentice, and he's been hard at work working with different formulas, and he explains that he had to trade away a lot of our ingredients to some other alchemists to get some other ingredients to further his experimentation. He says he I don't know, how many days were you away on that adventure?
A long fucking time.
Yeah.
I don't think it was actually that long. It was
it was-
probably almost a week, though, right?
Yeah, it was a good week. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So he actually only got an 8 on his roll. It's probably maybe a 12 total. So not enough to have any major breakthroughs. However, in that time, he would have been able to produce some minor alchemical items, and he's going to say, what I've managed to accomplish is... Dun, da, 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 it is this. And he's going to bestow on you a formula that he's crafted, and he says that... I think this could be useful.
Have you? Oh.
All right, so I put it on this card here. So this is Truth Serum and Formula. It's a Dwarven Truth Serum in a blue vial, and it's worth 15 platinum because it includes the formula with it.
That will be very useful, man. I have already a few flasks of truth serum, but they're not of the dwarven. What would be the difference, Roger, between the dwarven and the standard one?
This one is especially fine-tuned for the dwarven anatomy. I was testing it on my subject, who was in fact a dwarf. He didn't have very much money, and he said that he was willing to ingest just about anything, so long as I paid him well, and so I was able to complete my experimentation rather quickly.
What's the limitation on that potion? Like,
Well,
what are you able to
I feel
get
it
from
would be effective on most any race, but most effective on dwarves probably.
All right. Well, I have through this last little travel that we had, I brought you some new ingredients to work with. I got these hill giant nails. I got 8 of those. I have some glands and other parts for the hill giants, as well for wyvern. It's able to bring back some blood of wyvern.
He pushes up his glasses and he says, giant parts would be excellent for a research on strength. The might of the giants is reputed to be quite unfathomable. Perhaps if we could take these clippings and boil them down and refine them and get a tincture out of them, we might be able to determine what exactly causes their great growth and strength to maybe
That's exactly why I collected those.
invoke such powers in lesser beings.
Also, some ingredients for some poisons. I have some wyvern blood and some of their poison from their poison sack.
He goes to fetch a pair of very thick leather gloves before he handles any kind of poisons. Maybe like a face mask or something.
Well, I have an actual poison flask that I collected from previously. Maybe you can compare it to like the actual applicable poison and the poison that comes from the wyvern sack.
Sure.
See, yeah. So I give him both. I give him one of the wyvern poison flasks that I have. All the ingredients: the blood, flesh, the giant flesh as well, organs, and I have 8 hill giant nails. I tell him maybe not try to use all of them because I know I read in some books previously that you can actually make some potions of giant strength with some of these nails.
All
That would
right.
be quite valuable. I think we could actually make them, sell them, or use them. Oh, also I have we still have about half a barrel. I think there's 10 charges that we can actually make explosion tips, and I was wondering if you could help me maybe try to make a couple. Last time we failed, we made too many at the same time, and I think we got rushed a little bit. What if we try to make two of them, see how that goes, and then we'll have a little bit more to make some more later on.
All right. Couple things to work on. Put it in my notes. He's going to tell you that it's dangerous to work with explosives, and maybe we should hire on some assistants.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you have your brother. Where's your brother, by the way?
He has been out collecting herbs. That's his primary function, is gathering.
So how many assistants do you need, you think?
Well, you know what I'm saying is expendable ones. In case they're gonna,
Well,
in case they're mixing up the explosives and they explode,
what could you make happen with, let's say, 10 gold?
For a dangerous job, it might not be enough, but I'll see what I can do.
Well, how much what's your price, you think? For tools, too, and other things that you might need for this.
The more the better, but it's similar to mercenary work. Handling explosives, dangerous enough that they might want like 100 gold to do the job.
Well, I'll give you 100 gold. I sold a bunch of gems and all sorts of things, so...
Okay. 100 G to hire a bomb maker. All right. There we go. Sounds good.
Do you need to do any other assistance?
Now, that's the main thing. He doesn't want to do that himself.
No, I understand that. I need you anyways. I don't want you to blow yourself up. You need those fingers to do your work.
Exactly. Hard to do chemistry without fingers.
Anything new in town? We've been gone for a while.
He'll say that after a round of executions, things have quieted down. The bloodthirst of the leader of the guard has sort of subsided for now, and the number of criminals in the town has been reduced by another 10 or 15. The street urchins, they're laying low. Crime is down a little bit.
What about this gladiator fight? Is that coming up soon? Did they capture any creatures to fight?
Well, a lot of training has been happening, and the hunt continues, but nobody's returned with any major catches worth fighting in the arena just yet. Occasionally,
Yeah.
the dwarves and some of the gangs will put on a demonstration, a minor gladiator fight to first blood, not to the death.
No, I want to participate, but I'm not exactly sure. Capturing some of these creatures is a little difficult. It's almost like a mission on its own because it's not like you can carry a beast through your travel that easily.
This is true. If you had perhaps a wagon with an iron cage in it that you could contain the creature in.
Well, I wonder, will you be able to make a potion maybe to incapacitate a large creature?
The problem with potions is they don't last very long, so while it would certainly knock it out, it would only keep it unconscious for a matter of minutes. Really, for long-term storage, you need a cage.
But that might give us a chance to put it in the cage without having to kill it.
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure. I've heard that the drow are the best at making knockout darts.
I do have a couple dwarven poison.
Dwarven
no,
poison
not-
wouldn't do the trick. Drow poison is
No,
what you
the
really
drow
want.
poison. Sorry. I didn't give everything to.
I think you
F4.
gave me all the rest of the drow poison you had.
No, we had 6, and I gave you 2 of them.
Oh, then you should have 4 of them.
They're somewhere on my card somewhere.
Yeah, if you could hit the creature with a dart, drow poison, knock it out, and then put it into a cage on a wagon, you could transport it easily.
It's a good idea. Hmm. Anything else you need there? Maybe I can help with?
Nah.
Okay. Well, I'll let you go to work. You got all my ingredients anyways. You can do what you want, experiment. What about the deluge? I know you were able to reproduce it, but any advancement on that?
Unfortunately, we don't have the ingredients required. We would require at least one centaur body to continue our experimentation.
I have this crazy blood though that we collected. It came out of a giant stone or a crystal in the middle of a city south of here.
Ah, the magic blood.
Yeah.
Blood of a... What was it exactly? Like a dead god, sort of?
Yeah. What's the name again?
All right. Well, he's very excited about that, but you've already given him 2 other missions. He can only do one thing at a time.
Well, I'll leave it with you because I don't want to have to carry that with me. But
Alright.
don't drink it. Apparently, it's very dangerous. Do not drink it. Maybe if we can modify it and transform it later on, but in its pure form, I don't know that we should. We'll have to be very careful with that.
Wish I could remember the name of that. I'll have to look it up later.
I'm looking at my cards. It's written somewhere. Barker picked up a bunch of it, like a giant sack of it, I think.
It was... It's this one. It starts with a K.
Yeah, exactly.
Something.
Well, anyways, that should give you plenty of thing to do. I have to. I'm waiting for a merchant to make me a nice bow. It's gonna take a few weeks, so you have plenty of time to work on all these things.
All right, I'll get to work, boss. And he gets
Perfect.
back into his well, he was working on the poison, I guess, so he's going to have his very very careful setup where he's got the gloves on and he's holding things with tongs and he's pouring them at a distance and he's got his mask on.
Well, nice work. I'll give you a bonus. So I give him 10 gold and I tell him you can split that with your brother. All right, thank you. I'll see you later. So I'll leave and I head for the city.
He bites the gold coin and says, "Thanks, boss. Me and me brother will have a good drink on your coin here."
Yeah, enjoy. So I'm gonna go out and try to look for that fort.
You'll see me leaving the Bard's College, probably.
All right.
I wave and say, I was just heading to the Divinorum, and hopefully I could get something identified shortly.
All
Did
right.
you, did you think about talking to that priest that we went on an adventure once?
Peter?
Yeah, I think it was making it. I know, but I think it was identifying for cheaper than the other mages I've seen.
Barker, on the way out of the Bard's College, you overhear a couple of people in the street, and they're having a conversation. And the people are saying, "Those wizards on the edge of town, they're always brewing up something strange. And just this morning I smelled the foulest stench yet coming out of the chimney. They're up to no good, I reckon." And the other one scoffs.
I kind of butt in and say, which wizards would that be?
They're going to point at a building that's off at the end of the street here near H Inc. It's sort of an adjacent building that some of H Inc.'s employees live in.
I kind of raise my eyebrow at Morkan, and like, you want to go check it out?
Yeah, for sure. I wonder if it's Master Bellyman. It's a good fellow.
Well, we'll see. Let's go. Let's head that way. I say I need to stop by the courthouse soon, eventually.
Yeah, I'll follow you. We have a few days to wait until we can go back and get some information on that book that we collected.
All right. A small, unassuming structure about a...
Where's your character figuring?
I don't know. I couldn't find it.
I'll spawn it again for you.
All right. So there's like a small, unassuming structure nestled in between some trees here. There's some maple trees growing in around the building. It's here in the corner of town. Do you wish to enter the building?
I knock first.
So when you approach the door, you can see that the door is slightly ajar.
Thank you. Why
So-
would a door be ajar? It just doesn't make sense. It's a door. It's not a jar.
It's a
Doors
little
don't
bit
hold
open.
Contents. Oh, my bad.
Open a fraction. So if you knock on it, it just pushes open.
I ask Morkan, or I whisper to Morkan. I say, we should probably not be noticed? Question mark. Like with a question in my voice.
You're much better at that. I'm making a lot of noise with this armor.
Well, then I say just maybe keep a lookout and give me a shrill whistle if someone comes.
I can use this whistle, the giant eagle one, if you want.
Sure, sounds good. I just need a warning so I can remain hidden or not, just bump into someone trying to exit.
Meanwhile, in
sure.
the tower up above you, whenever you use the whistle, the guards they get severely startled and they look at the skies as if they're about to be snatched off the wall by a giant eagle.
That's a good distraction, you know.
It hasn't happened yet, but I'm gonna walk into the building that's got a door slightly ajar and I'm gonna sneak.
Roll
Yeah, I
that
guess I
stealth.
did- No, I don't get to do that, Ninja.
You gonna
I'll
play
draw
fair?
that stealth.
gonna
I'll
draw
draw
that
that
stealth card?
stealth though.
I appreciate that. Playing by the rules. Well, which one is it? Oh, you have advantage?
I get advantage.
Nice.
I kind of like the height of the cards, to be honest.
Well, I mean, it's the same. It's the same thing. It's 1 to 20, just like a dice. It's just I just
Yeah.
don't get to know what it is. So.
Yeah, it's
Technically-
a bit better.
Technically, you should have 2 decks for that.
Oh, so I can get. Okay, that's true.
So you can get 2 20s.
Yeah. Or 2 1s.
Huzzah. You sneak in. The cozy room has a large sofa and an overstuffed chair facing a fireplace in one corner.
I will say this. I have a potion of invisibility on my belt. If I feel like I'm detected, I would like to ready in action to drink the potion of invisibility.
You got it. A small reading table sits next to a window. A book lies open on the table. Archways open into a dining room on one side and a hall on the other.
I'll look at the book and see what the title is and what the contents are.
Okay. When you reach for the book slaps shut on your hand and attacks you like it's trying to bite your hand. I've got
That's a blood stealth.
I've got a roll to hit.
So can I use that reaction now? Will it matter? Oh god. Oh god. The stealth was so bad anyway.
Well, it's because you touched it that it reacted to your touch with an attack. So
Oh, I see.
There you go. Another mimic.
oh, look at that. It's got a 20 to hit.
Oh my god.
It hits me.
All right. You take 4 bludgeoning damage, 1 point to each finger as it slams shut. The book is literally latched onto your hand now. So it like when you pull your hand away, it's still got a book snapped shut on it, like a bear trap.
Can I attempt to deposit it in my bag of holding?
Well, you could if you could get it off without losing a finger. So that book is attached to you now.
Can I read the title of it?
Oh, does it have a title? Let me check. It doesn't really say. At the exact moment that the book reacts to you, there's also, let's see, the draw cord for like the curtain on the window adjacent to you reaches out and tries to grab around you.
Okay, I'm gonna before. Okay, would I have gotten an action before the drawstring, or does this all just happen instantaneously?
Yeah, the drawstring probably wouldn't get to go yet, so you can react with your reaction.
I don't want to take the invisibility potion. Seeing that this might be trouble, I'm gonna reach into my bag of holding, touch the anime sword, and activate it.
Yeah, but that's not what you had prepared to do.
Okay, so I have to take my prepared action. There's not a chance to even do another action besides that because I don't think invisibility is gonna help me at this point. Because I've got a book on my hand.
What we can do is we can roll initiative. So for
Alright.
the draw cord, I've only rolled a 2. You can probably beat it, and then you can take your action.
All right.
Wait, do I hear the commotion or?
You'll probably hear me yelp whenever the book snaps on my hand.
If
You
I hear
a,
that,
a halfling cry out in pain, snap.
well, so I take a quick look through the ajar door.
Whew, I barely beat it.
Barely.
I see this happening.
All right, so you go first. So the drawstring's reaching for you like a tentacle, going for your neck. Also, you notice that the fireplace that I mentioned, the poker that was in the little thing next to the fireplace, flies into the air and begins spinning around dangerously.
You hear me kind of yelp again as I'm startled by all these things flying at my face and trying to
Alright.
attack me.
I
And I
open-
reach into my bag of holding and I activate the anime sword with the keyword.
Okay.
When I have a chance, I'll get inside the. I'll go in and open the door.
Roll
with the
initiative.
Keyword of. Where's this sword? The keyword is me da ZT. And then I let my hand off and I order the weapon to protect me and attack anything that attacks me.
Chris, what's your initiative roll? Roll a
It's
20.
plus
Add your
right
dex
now-
mod.
Did he get that curse removed?
Yeah, I don't have the weapon to anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I rolled a 20. You want me?
Roll your initiative. It's a d20 plus your dexterity modifier. 17.
It'd be like a 21.
It's a 20 right now.
A lot higher than everybody else's roll. So technically, That would have
go
happened
first.
before Barker.
He was inside the room, and I was unaware of that, so I kind of take myself away from that first kind of round of action.
Yeah.
I react after once I hear the noise, and I kind of barge inside the room.
So Barker, does anything else happen? You've activated your anime sword. Is that it?
Yeah, that's my bonus action, and I will pull out my new weapon. I just got sharpened to this mithril katana, and I'm just gonna like flat bladedly slap the book with it in my hand. That's connected to my hand. Like try to do non-lethal damage so I don't slice through the book and cut my hand open.
Okay.
And it's a D8. If I had both hands, I could use it versatile, but I can't because I don't.
I need better background noise. I had like a rainy ambient town noise, but I'm gonna see if I can get battle music or something.
I am rolling shitty tonight. An 8.
You roll an 8 against a book. The book has an armor class. 10. You miss. But the book had to let go of your hand in order to avoid being hit. So it flops to the
Excellent.
ground.
Excellent. I've used a bonus action. Can I use a movement and stand on the book? Like put my foot on top of it and try to keep it on the ground?
All right. You try to stand on the book.
Cool. That's my turn.
The curtain reaches for you and misses. It's trying to grapple you around the neck. The poker flies into the air and spins at your head. Whoosh. I rolled 5 plus 5, 10. 10 to hit. It hits the wall and sticks into it with the pointy end. It begins
Does my
to
sword
wiggle.
move on its own, or do I have to? Does it do it on my turn?
Is it animated right now?
Yeah, it says as a bonus action, this weapon was decorated with the undead materials. Will attack on its own for 1 minute.
Yeah, it'll go on your initiative. So you have to activate it, and then you can have it do its thing.
I activated it. Should it attack once now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll have it like in an attempt. I'll have it attempt to parry the poker, but just as a flourish kind of to the attack.
Hmm.
No actual. It doesn't have parry or anything. It's just kind of say.
All right.
I'm
And
gonna
it
have
missed
attack
anyway,
the
so
poker.
easy to parry something that would have missed.
Yeah, exactly. Does it have a stat block? Like, should I know what its attack damage is? And I don't know anything about it. It doesn't have any stats on it.
I believe it is in the monsters manual. It's
2d6 plus 1.
animated
I know that.
sword.
Oh, it does have parry. It actually does have parry.
I'll link the stat block to you. In the
Is that the one that
D&D stuff. It's this one.
Kazan Lair took?
Flying sword.
No, he
Obviously, the
ended up giving it to me.
stats are going to be a little bit different,
cool.
but this is sort of the weapon model, so it's going to have the same hit points, the same armor class, the same speed, all that.
It's literally because nobody could carry it but me with the bag of holding because it's a giant size and it weighs twice as much as normal.
The only difference would be when you roll damage, you roll the weapon damage instead.
Yeah, if target by dispel. False appearance. While the sword remains motionless and isn't flying, it is indistinguishable from a normal sword. Plus 3 to hit. Alright. Can you remind me what parry does again?
All right, so you use your reaction to parry. Hang on. You roll damage, and you reduce the damage from the amount of damage you would have taken, and then if you totally reduce it, you can sometimes riposte, which lets you make an attack right away.
Alright, so 2d6 plus 1. I need to set this up there.
I think you can only do it if it's a parrying weapon, which it is, or if you have dominance over your target. So, because it's a parrying weapon, it's easy. We don't really have to worry about it too much.
13 to hit.
You wouldn't Like if you're actually doing the parry, you would only roll it if you got hit and took damage, and then you're just reducing the damage, so you don't have to roll.
No,
it
I'm
out.
not. I had already declared an attack. I didn't even know the sword had parry until I had already declared the attack.
No, so a regular attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
11 to hit for 13 damage.
Okay. I need to track these hit points on a card.
So I have a question real quick. Is it a 2d6 because it's unique and is absurdly large and deals 1 extra damage dice? Or would that 1 extra damage dice be added to the 2d6 that's already
If
there?
you look in Grit and Glory, great swords do 2d6 just by default instead of a d12.
Okay, so this should be 3d6 then, and I'll need to roll one more time. One more dice. 3 more dice, so 16 damage.
Wait, is it a giant greatsword?
Yes. It says unique. This weapon is absurdly large and deals 1 extra damage dice, yet it weighs the
Because
normal weight for its
the
size.
anime thing.
Yeah. But the anime thing lets you add 1 more if you critical hit and name an attack and yell it.
Yeah, but it still says it's bigger, right?
Yeah, it's a giant style sword, so it's bigger and does 1 extra damage, 1 extra dice. That's why we have to use it animated, because nobody can actually use the sword.
Gotcha. What was I doing just before that? Hit points. 13 damage.
Yes.
It's a bad idea to distract your DM when he's marking how much damage you've done.
16 damage.
It's a pretty strong hit, man. Is that the animated sword that did that?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really that's a nice ally.
Yeah, for sure. Got an AC of 17 as well.
Okay. You swing at the poker as
Fire
it's spinning, and it puts a giant bend in it, big bendy in the poker. And you could almost swear you hear it cry out in pain, but it's really like the sound of bending metal. Okay. So that happened
So I
on
guess-
your turn. The monsters were still going, but then it goes back to Krius. So Krius, what do you do?
I don't think the rope ever got to try to choke me.
It did, but it failed.
Okay.
It missed by a lot. It was quick.
So I open the door.
You pop open the door and you see Abforth confronted by 3 animated things that are trying to kick his ass.
Oh my god! So I pull my potion and apply my special potion for the dex.
What does that do?
I increase my dex by 3.
Your mod or your total, just your actual dexterity?
My actual dexterity.
That's one of your special class abilities, right? That one?
Yeah, that's the one that
Gotcha.
the only one that I unlocked.
I'm like, what the hell potion does that? But yeah, it's your special one. Your unique one. Got it.
I take out my saber and I hit. What is the closest thing to me?
You're in a small room. You can pick any of them. You can pick the book, the poker, or the rope. On the
I'll go
curtain.
for the I'll go for the poker, the one that has been damaged, I believe.
Yeah, the poker's sticking into the wall just off to the side. It's got a big bendy in it.
So I give it a swing.
20 will hit. 8 damage.
Yeah.
It's now got 24 damage. It's got
Actually,
a second bendy in it.
Let me double check. Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure that I have the right hit bonus on it. Yeah, 8 damage on it.
All right. Abforth.
Oh, so if I hit a... Okay, no, like when they say for wounded, when it's critical, it's like an actual 20 they have to round up.
Yeah. It's got to be a natural 20, meaning the actual number on the dice.
Yeah. That's what I was...
Some things fix
gonna-
that, though. There's a way to hit crit on a 19 or an 18 sometimes.
Isn't that a feat?
The fighter gets it if you're like a fighter champion. You get it at level 3, I think.
Wow.
3 or
That's
5.
really strong.
One of
I'm
those levels.
bad right now. 9 to hit on the fire poker again.
Okay. Another swing and a miss.
And that's from Absforth and a... Oh, hang on, let me fix this.
Was that you or the sword, though?
The first one was me. This is the sword attacking the fire poker. Oh my god.
It's dead.
I'm gonna name my attack, and it's gonna be called um, snapping metal, and I'm gonna scream. Oh fuck! I shouldn't do that. I'm trying to be sneaky. Never mind. Not animating it. Just killing it. I did a lot of damage.
Unless you roll all ones, it's probably dead.
I did 24 damage.
Yeah, you double the amount of damage that was on it. You snap it like a twig. The two pieces spin, and then it flops to the ground. The rope reaches for Krius for Morkan. It's got a 8 to hit, so it's unable to reach you. You're too far across the room. The book flaps hard and flops up into the air and begins flapping like a bird, and then it spins like a shuriken and flies towards Abforth.
Would me standing on it do anything to impede its movement?
I think you had to move to make your attack, and in that instant, it slipped out from under your foot. It only had a 10 to hit, though, and it missed. And then we go back up to Krius.
I mentioned to Krius, I'll say, try not to damage the book if we can. Non-lethal only.
I'll do my best. So I will not trigger my fire ability. So I'll attack the rope since it tried to reach me.
Sure.
I rolled a 19, well, 26 total with 10 damage.
All right. The rope is considerably weaker than the iron poker, and your weapon cuts the tentacle-like rope, and the end that you cut off just flops to the ground, lifeless. The other end thrashes about momentarily and then dangles lip, because it no longer has the reach to hit anything.
Hey, one sec, Krius, what's your actual dexterity before that ability? It gives you +3.
17.
So you'd have a +4 total, a +5 total.
Plus
before
5.
your +8, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I'm at
Cool. I was just
20.
making, I was just wondering, man.
No, I have two sheets. One that I have a sheet with my changes, and one that I have without the changes.
I guess it's my turn again.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Alright, I'll command the sword to non-lethally attack the, what's it called, the book.
The book.
22 to hit for 15 damage.
All right. You slap the book down. It bounces across the floor and skids to a halt.
And I'll keep the sword out in case something else happens. It's active for a full minute. And,
So I think I've just calmed down right now.
yeah, everything should be calm. Everything should be, done attacking
My
us.
God.
All right.
What the hell?
I guess.
What the hell happened in this room?
So, let's see. There's several connecting rooms that you can get to from here. You can see that you can go through one room that looks like it goes to a dining room area. There's a bedroom door, and then there's, let's see, there's a kitchen that connects to the dining room, but you have to go through the dining room to get to it. So, take your pick. Do you wish to investigate the bedroom or go down the hall into the dining room?
I'm gonna put the book in my bag of holding first.
Okay.
And ask Morkan what he thinks quietly and attempt to re-engage a stealthy posture.
You hear a noise. Something deeper into the house smashes a wall with a reverberating thud that shakes the house. Some dust from the roof is going to fall down around you.
Well, like I said, it's difficult for me to be quiet.
There's a
Yeah,
smell in the air, too.
Just wait in this room, Morkan, and I'll sneak around some more and see if I can't determine what's going on.
I could always borrow your boots. That might help.
They're too beneficial for me, man. I get that advantage on my stealth, and it's really important.
I know, but it's all noise related. That would probably help me. Well,
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll take a few minutes to put on some normal shoes and give him the boots.
I'll give them back after this. Thank you.
Guess I only get one stealth draw. I'm gonna continue searching, and I'll go into the not kitchen. I can't remember what you said the room was.
All right, there's a door that goes into a bedroom, and then there's a hall that leads into a dining area, like a dining
Yeah,
hall.
bedroom.
Bedroom.
All right, you're gonna stealth
do-
over to the bedroom door.
I'll let you open the door. I'll let you do all these little things,
I'll
but I'll
check and
follow
see if
behind.
it's locked. I ask you if you can determine whether it's trapped or not.
Yeah, I can maybe take a look. What is it? Perception?
Mm-hmm.
15.
All right, you look at the mechanism. It looks like it's got a simple door lock. It doesn't even look like it's locked right now. You don't see any traps on it.
So I try to turn the handle like slowly and see what happens.
You quietly open the door. Peeking inside, you can see that there's a large bed that dominates the room. Along one wall are bookshelves above a writing desk.
Sneak in. I didn't see any traps. I take a look at the boards in front of us and see if there's anything like on the floor or any other type of traps that could be in the entrance of the room.
All right, pushing the door fully open, stepping in, you can see that there's half-open doors that lead to a wardrobe and a water closet, like a bathroom. A bloody, battered man lies sprawled across the bed, tied at the wrists and ankles. The room is dark. Do you have dark vision?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you can see that clearly. I should have mentioned that.
Is he conscious?
He's not conscious. He just lays there. He's covered in half covered in blankets, and you couldn't really see him clearly till you stepped inside.
Can I do a perception?
Just off to the
Just
side
like-
around the corner, when you stepped in, you spot something, and it spots you at about the same time. A bat-winged creature.
Does it
He's
spot me though?
perched on a desk, and he's idly tearing a book to pieces. When he sees you, he flaps his wings into the air for a second and disappears.
There's
What's his
no
passive
there's
perception.
there's no time at all for any kind of like reaction. Huh?
We're both stealthed.
Well, he stepped into the room, so you wouldn't have had line of sight on the imp until you'd stepped into the room.
What was your stealth roll, Chris?
What is? I
Here.
haven't rolled it.
See, he didn't roll one, so I
I
just
gotta-
assumed he was
Yeah.
spotted immediately.
Take that. He said I gave him my boots so he could sneak. Take this deck. Draw one of those decks.
I got a +5 because of my dex. Huh? Oh, but
Yeah,
I'm not. Yeah. Do I or do I not?
Yeah, just draw it and put it face down. But I guess you would flip it now since you've got a chance to be detected. Yeah, he's probably spotted. I got a
Yeah.
21, so I doubt I was spotted, or 22 even.
All right, so you are in the room. There's an unconscious man on the bed. He looks injured. And there was an imp who has gone invisible. So let's roll some initiative.
Does blind sight allow you to see invisible creatures?
If they're touching a ground surface, possibly, but he's flying, so probably not.
I have 8 initiative.
All right. Barker?
A monster with blind sight can perceive its surroundings without relying on sight within a specific radius. Monster is naturally blind. It has a...
No, I'm thinking of tremor sense. Yeah, blind sense might let you see anything.
Alright, so my sword has blind sight. Would it know where the imp is?
I'm going to say no.
Alright. Did we notice the imp?
Kriya saw him.
Yeah, I saw it. It's just a spear.
I'll go investigate the book it was tearing up.
I go in slowly. I take a look at the bookshelf, and take a look at what we're looking in, like what we can find in there.
And I'm guessing I'm still not spotted.
I go
had a
in.
22 sneak.
You don't know.
I shouldn't have flipped my card over then. I assumed since Chris triggered that, I should have done that. I'm sorry.
You can't
Well,
see a
I'll do-
reaction from an invisible creature, so you wouldn't know if he's looking at you or not.
That's true. That's true. All right. Well, still take the same action I said and examine the book. He was tearing up, and Chris is going to look at the rest of the book. So,
Yeah, take a look at the library.
do I need to investigate or perception?
Okay, so I guess because you guys are just going to start doing stuff in the room like there's no monster, the imp will sneak attack one of you.
Okay.
I didn't see it. I never saw it. And Chris never said there's an imp that flew away. So,
All right. With advantage, Chris, you just got hit by an imp's poisonous tail. You take 2 points of piercing damage, and you have to make a con save against poison.
You hit me?
Yep. I rolled a 19.
I can't save. So, plus
This is how the guy on the bed got it.
17.
All right. Well, it was a DC 11, so you don't take the extra 3d6 poison damage. Oh, wait, there was a +3 on it, so you actually took 5 total damage from the sting. This makes him visible because he attacked, and he's now visible. So he lets out a tiny battle cry, ha ha, and he stabs you in the back with his spiky tail, and he didn't even see Abforth. So I don't think I got the initiative. So hang on. So the imp had 20. He's going first. Then Krius had like an 8. And Barker, did you ever tell me what your initiative roll was?
yeah, it was from the last room or this room.
This room.
I haven't rolled one. For 13.
13. Okay. So yeah. Imp goes first. He's now visible. You go next.
I'll kind of start and I'll have my sword swing at it. An 8 to hit.
Okay. He's pretty quick, and he's going to dodge around to avoid being hit by that.
And as he dodges, I'm going to try to strike him into the position he went to. 23 to hit for 11 damage.
Okay. You strike him down. He goes limp. He clatters to the floor in a pile of blood.
Dirty creature.
I ask if we have a box or a cage we can put him in. If you have something on you that we could, like, put his body in.
What, me?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't want to put it in the bag
Oh.
I'm holding if it's still alive. And it's
I ha-
complicate.
I have a burlap sack. That's about it.
Can we throw it in there?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll pull one of my burlap sack.
You hear another crash, and the building shakes once more.
What?
I wonder what that is. It seems pretty nefarious.
So I pull out of my bag a drink antitoxin.
You already made the save against the poison.
You didn't get poisoned.
Oh, I didn't? Okay.
It was DC 11.
You would
Well,
have taken
so-
3d6 damage otherwise.
No, I know. Well, I give you one of my antitoxin, Barker.
Awesome.
We never know. There might be more of these creatures.
All right. So there's the man on the bed. There's a table.
I ask
There's a book.
Morkan to
Yeah.
maybe check on the man while I examine what the imp was looking at.
You said you were going to look at the book. He was shredding
I
up
was-
a spell book. It's a book of arcane spells. He was just tearing it to shreds. Wizard's pride and joy. What a malicious little bastard.
I was looking in the library.
There's no
I can-
library. You were in a bedroom.
Oh, I
It's
thought.
it's bookshelves above
Yeah.
a desk.
Yeah. Oh, so the bookshelf I was looking at.
All right.
Well, since the book's destroyed, I'll go check on the man while Chris is doing that.
I read all the titles. Take
Look,
a look at what
it's-
they are.
It's Tom Bombadil.
All right. Do you have any medicine skill? You gonna make a medicine check?
I just wanted to make sure you're still alive, but if that's what it requires, yes. I'm not proficient, and I'm very bad at it, but I will try.
He appears to be alive.
I'm not going to attempt to heal any of his wounds. I just want to check on his status.
He's breathing laboriously, but he is unresponsive.
I do have a proficient in medicine.
Well, I'll roll
Okay.
a 3, and then I decide that the best course of action is to dump a healing potion down his throat.
All right.
Do 2d4 plus 2.
All right. Well, he wakes up and he gags a little bit on the healing potion. He rubs it himself and he says, "Oh, I'm all sticky." And he's like rubbing at the blood stains.
I put a finger to my lips and say, "Shh. You were in danger. We've just rescued you. What happened to you?"
He wipes away all the blood and there's no wound underneath, and he's like, "What did you put in my mouth?
I gave you a healing potion, sir. You were very badly injured.
Why am I covered in tomato sauce?"
That's your own blood, sir. You were very badly injured. when
It's
we got
actually not blood. He was covered in tomato sauce.
you. Oh, well. Oh. So he wasn't even injured?
He wasn't even injured. You wasted a healing potion. Well, actually, he was
Great.
poisoned. He was poisoned. So the imp had jabbed him with the poison, and he had lost a bunch of dexterity.
And he still doesn't have that back.
He still doesn't have that back, but he feels good and he's conscious. I guess he was knocked unconscious.
I say we killed an imp pilfering your room. I'm sorry to say it seems he's destroyed your spellbook.
I'm not a spellcaster, but she's gonna be pissed.
Who is she?
He'll say that he and Andolin live together. He introduces himself as Gendru. "I am Gendru, a master chef. I live here with my wife Andolin, the transmuter.
Oh.
She is a member of H Inc., which is adjacent to our building here."
I see. Do you know what this horrible banging that we keep hearing? It's shaking the entire house.
Something's gone terribly wrong. Our creation's gone mad.
Yeah,
Please,
some
Please,
of your furniture was
you must stop it.
some
Where
of
is
your furniture
Andolin?
was attacking us.
Where's
we haven't
Andolin? We
seen her
must
yet.
rescue her. Quickly. And he stumbles out of bed and immediately collapses with a dex of 1.
I tell him that he needs to help. He needs to help us deal with this problem.
I go to him real quick and I do a medicine check on him. Okay.
All right.
Ugh, I forget about it.
You see his gaping, bleeding wounds. He's lost so much blood. And he's like, "No, really, it's tomato sauce. It's I'm not even cut." He's like, "Oh, look at the blood. His brain's leaking out." And you see like the tomato, like a whole tomato, just clearly some brainstem.
No, so he's just going crazy.
No, you're just really bad at your
No.
check.
Your check was so bad you couldn't tell that he's not injured.
Yeah.
You're not very medicine.
Oh my god.
I mean, you could at a glance he looks injured because he's covered in tomato paste.
Well, I got a 4 anyways.
Anyway, there's a horrible stench in this building. You're starting to smell it. It's a little bit stronger. And then there's another crash. And the building shakes.
I say once we fix this problem, you and your wife owe us greatly.
Let's go to the other part, the other door.
And I say stay in here unless you want to die, probably.
All right.
I don't know about stealth. Do you still want to go stealthy or just go in and see what's going on?
I'm gonna go stealthy. I say I'll lead the way if you'd like, and I can.
I'll follow you, but I'll do a stealth as well. A stealth check.
Fuck, I didn't mean to.
So everyone's stealthy?
Yep.
Me and Chris are both stealthing.
Yeah, I pulled a card here.
No.
Weasel stealthy.
I didn't know you're still here, Crooked.
That's why his stealth roll was so good. We didn't even see him.
He's been here the whole time.
Yeah, you got a natural 20 right there. Surprised us all.
I'll cross the next room into the door that. Oh, actually, what's the chef doing right now?
The chef is lying on the floor. His legs don't work. He can't walk.
Is he looking at me? Like, where's he looking?
He watched you leave the bedroom, out into the main room, the sitting room.
All right, I'm actually gonna just wait by the wall of the door for just a second, and I'm gonna tell Chris. I'm gonna put one finger up to Morkan, like hold on a second, and I'm gonna walk back in the room and look in the wardrobe that was open.
I do a perception check on the door that we're about to go into, see if it's locked or if there might be a trap.
So I'm hoping I'm stealthy enough that he doesn't notice me walking back in and looking through his shit.
I got a 10 on that door.
All right. There's no door. It's just a hall that goes into the dining room.
Oh, there's no. Okay.
So, Barker, you stealth into the room. You're trying not to be seen by the one guy that's in the room. All right. He's got his head down. He didn't notice.
And then I look in the wardrobe that was halfway open, and the loo, the water closet.
All right. You're going to sneak into his two little side rooms. In the water closet.
It smells like poop.
Yeah, why is this lagging on me? I have to generate an appropriate item. Hopefully it'll give me a bar of soap. What would she keep in a bathroom?
Toiletries.
Sprig of mistletoe. Keep the room smelling nice.
Magical tampons.
Camel toe.
Candle.
Yeah, that's in my bathroom.
Some stuff. And some other stuff. And one of those. And one of these. All right. In her bathroom, you're going to find a candle and a healer's kit that's had several of the healing things used out of it.
Get the little first aid kit there.
Yeah, I'll put both of those things in my bag just because I can.
And then in the closet...
What can a hemp do?
What can what, huh?
What are the special powers of an imp?
It was a familiar, probably. It can be a bastard in general.
All right, the first thing you spot is something that looks somewhat valuable, an elven pitcher. An elven pitcher and a good book and what else? The last thing is this orb. Looks like a spell focus, so you can take any of these items from the little wardrobe if you wish.
Where's the card at, Ninja? Okay. So
Right here. There's a book, a pitcher, and an orb.
If I go slowly towards the hall, what do I see?
All right. Barker sneaks in to loot. Morkan. Well, Abforth sneaks in to loot. Morkan begins to stalk down the hall, trying to keep a low profile.
Yep.
You're moving towards the dining room. The fine dining room has a table set for 2, though it could hold up to 4 possibly. There's a large picture window which provides a view of the trees outside. Archways lead to the sitting room and the kitchen. So you're sort of like passing through the archways into the dining room area, and then beyond the dining room area is the kitchens. There's a silver candlestick on the table that looks valuable. There's a side cabinet. And then you could continue on towards the kitchens. You hear another
Well, good.
crash. It seems to be coming from the kitchens.
The
I'll
cat.
catch up with Morcon after I finish looting.
I go slowly to the cabinet and open and see if there's anything in there. Do you want me to do a perception or investigation, or just let me know what's inside?
I'll let you know what's inside.
Okay.
What should it be?
Some fancy china. Might be able to do some experiments on that hemp.
Some of these things just don't make any sense. Random generation, gotta love it.
What was in there?
Like a bucket made of adamantine. Why would you
Nice.
make a bucket out of adamantine? I'm not gonna put that out. That's crazy.
To melt it and make a weapon out of it. Can use it as a helmet, maybe.
Or a bucket.
Yep.
Instead of a
Good.
bucket, I'm gonna give you a mop. But a magic mop. Fine tiefling staff made of elemental bone. That's the fanciest mop you've
Ooh.
ever seen.
I sneak it into my bag. Cool.
And there's a bucket too, but not made of adamantine. Just a regular bucket.
Damn it.
Meanwhile, something's
lucky
being
as a-
destroyed in the other room. Crash! Both of you were lollygagging in other rooms, not paying attention to the terrible racket and the people that might be in danger.
Eh.
In the
There
kitchen. In the kitchen.
Rescuing people's never been this party's primary objective.
Not mine, at least. I'm exactly the opposite of that.
We're all-
Actually.
Always looking for mimics.
Anyway, I'll follow Morcan into the next room. I caught up after looting the other room.
All right, Morkan. I
Yeah,
guess
go towards the
probably
kitchen.
Abforth, if you're going to catch up, put yourself in here too. So this is going to be the dining hall area right here,
Okay, we're there now.
and this is the direction towards the kitchens. That's where the crashing noise is coming from.
I grabbed somebody else, I think. Right?
Master Bellaman Burfoot from H Inc. is now thrown into the mix.
Yeah, why not? He's more than
A new
capable of helping us.
challenger
He's like,
enters the
"How did I
arena."
get here? Oh my god!"
Magic.
I should be still stealthed. I would. I don't know. This,
Well, I'm trying to be stealth. I don't know if it worked. I haven't looked at the card yet. Well, I guess you're going to tell me when to flip the card.
All right. There's a bunch to describe here. So the next area here is a well-appointed kitchen, and it looks like a disaster area. Pots and pans are strewn about, broken crockery lies scattered on the floor, ingredients of all kinds are spattered on the walls. There's a door, presumably one that leads into a basement. It has a chair propped in front of it, holding it closed. The air in this room is warmer than elsewhere in the cottage.
What do we have in here?
So you can search around if you want, or you could go out one of the exits. So like I said, there's the little door that leads into the basement, which is this little corner here. If I can get my thing to ping right. So this is the entrance to the basement. There's a table here where stuff could be cooked, and there's like cabinets where various pots and pans and silverware would be contained. This is the kitchen. It's been trashed and destroyed.
What do you think
I'll
is
remove
behind
the
that door?
chair.
Meth explosion.
Well, let's stay in the corner
This is
like
a
this here.
TOC, sorry.
I'll put my crossbow this time.
remove the chair and open the door. Get hit by a big ass piece of shit.
All right. Nothing happens when you open the door. There's a staircase that descends into the basement.
I'm gonna put my sword up and then resummon it so it has a refresh on its timer.
Anything in particular in these in the shelf?
You search the kitchens. You find a bunch of copper pots and pans.
That's all. Okay. So I'll follow
As he
Barker.
searches, I go down the stairs.
Yeah, I'll follow with him after I check.
One of these cards is going to be the one I'm looking for. That'll do.
One of these cards is not like the other.
It's not the one I was looking for, but it's good enough. Yeah, I'm not real fond of that. Makes it look like it's connected to that room.
Well, I mean, it's actually downstairs, so yeah. It doesn't
Yeah, just remove the other one.
The staircase is
just leave it.
here.
Just leave it separate. It's another level of the house. So
There you go.
It won't let me draw on this board. That's annoying.
7 o'clock on the dot. Beneath the crack.
Anyway, so Barker, you sneak down the stairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something is in here. I roll. Let's see. Let's see what its stats are here. He doesn't get any perception bonus, so he has a 16 to spot you. What did you have on stealth?
A 16.
16. Oh boy. Well, I guess
Only I had my boots.
he hears a creak. Even your minimal body weight still causes the last step to creak dramatically when you get down to the bottom here, so
Little question
what it
though. If you are stealth, does your animated swords is stealth too?
No,
Or is it
it's its
it's
own
on its
thing.
own?
It's
Yeah.
just a sword floating in the air right now.
Alright, so when you get in here, there's a thing, and it's smashing the shit out of this room. Let me describe the scene. In the pantry. This basement room looks like it was used as a pantry, though every shelf and container here has been smashed to bits. Standing in the center of the room is a 6-foot-tall creature that seems to be made entirely of pastry. A few reddish smears mar its well-baked crust.
Wait, say that one more time?
We're fighting the Cookie Monster.
Standing in the center of the room is a 6-foot-tall creature that seems to be made entirely of pastry. A few reddish smears mar its well-baked crust.
I thought that's what you said, so I needed you to repeat it. I'm sorry.
It's the Marshmallow Man.
This is what you call a calzone golem.
Is initiative started? Does he get a sneak attack, a first action?
All right.
What's
You were
happening?
unable to sneak. He has a 7 plus.
-4.
Let's see, he's got a 9. That does give him a -1, right?
Yeah.
Or does he need an 8 for a -1?
No, -1 after anything under 10.
All right. So he actually has a 6 on initiative. That's pretty bad. What do you guys got?
13.
13. Chris?
But still a 9.
No. You have to roll a new one whenever there's a new combat.
He did. He just rolled it. 4 plus 5, 9.
Oh, I see. A 9. Well, that puts you before the monster anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But Barker is first. So,
Yeah.
Barker, you were unable to stay hidden because of that damn stare, but you're quick to react. So, what do you do first?
I point with my finger and make the sword go attack it first. 13 to hit for 17 damage.
All right. Armor class 13. It hits. What was
And
the
I
damage?
say 17.
Damn, that hits hard.
Yeah, it's a really powerful weapon. It's ridiculous. I'm not gonna
Hits
lie.
harder than all of us together.
Gonna have to give this thing more hit points. All right, so you slash at it. What do you do with your action?
Duck in around the sword as it's attacking, do a little roll, and I slash at the thing's ankles. 17 to hit for 11 damage.
Okay.
And did you say parry as a bonus action, or it's an actual attack you have to do? Like you have to forego your attack to parry?
No. It's a reaction because you only do it when you take damage.
All right. Well, I'll ready that. I will want to do that with a parry with the sword if it gets attacked.
You don't actually have to ready it because it's a reaction. You're just reacting to things that happen. So
Oh, cool. So
you just,
well,
as long as you
I'm
still
gonna
have your
parry
reaction
if-
for the turn, you can do it.
I'm gonna parry if the Calzone boy comes at me.
Okay. Chris, you're second on the initiative. What do you do?
I'm stealth, but what do I get here? Ooh, 20.
All right.
So he doesn't see me, so I get an advantage, I guess.
Well, he doesn't have line of sight because you're on a different floor of the building.
Oh, so I sneak behind Barker.
All right. You use your movement to go downstairs.
Yeah, so it's like 5 feet here, but I don't know how many, like, what's in between here.
It's most of your movement to get down the staircase, but you could put yourself somewhere in here if you want.
Oh, okay.
You could put yourself behind Barker or in front of him. It's your call.
Can I move to this corner?
If you use a dash, you could get all the way into the room, yeah.
Oh, I don't want to do a dash. I just want to be, I'll put myself in a place like here. I'll trigger my flame ability. +2. I attack him with my crossbow.
13 hits. 10 damage.
Yeah. Yes. Which 2 are fire damage.
Let me double check this stat block real quick. The Calzone Golem is... Man, these old stat blocks. They're arranged just a little bit different. It doesn't have the straight up immunities paragraph like some do. So maybe he's not immune to anything.
Oh,
You
wait a
could
second.
definitely burn a Calzone. I've
Can
done
I-
it before.
Can I roll again since I had advantage?
Oh, here it is. It says, fire-based effects deal no damage, but rather harden the golem temporarily, increasing its natural armor bonus by +1 for every 3 points of damage.
That's funny.
All right, so it
So it
doesn't
did-
gain
it
AC,
didn't-
but it didn't take damage. So let me take off 2.
Can I re-roll since I had advantage?
You only get a roll on the attack, not damage.
I know, but it might if I get a crit though.
Yeah,
You should roll. You should always
should be
roll
doing
twice
that.
if you have advantage. You should just click the button that says advantage.
Oh, I didn't know. Well, anyways, I hit him with 28, but it's 18 on.
Well, then you did 6 damage instead.
But no, I'm gonna take the original damage because that was rolled anyways.
Let's try to do that better in the future.
But I actually hit harder the first time I rolled.
Yeah, just click the. If you have advantage, just click the ADV button.
All right,
That way it'll
So-
roll it all at the same time.
let me test it out. I'll test it out here. Just see.
Attack with
There you go.
advantage. Way easier that way.
Terrible rolls, but anyways, doesn't matter.
What are you talking about? That thing's great. It's got every 5e
Except
feature.
he rolled terribly. is
Oh,
what
I
he
see.
said.
Yeah. I rolled a 1 and a 5. That's
This
terrible.
is by far the best roller I've used, though.
You
The
said
scroll.
terrible rolls. I heard terrible rollers. My bad.
No. Sorry.
The scroll is definitely by far the best.
Yeah, it does a lot of cool stuff. That's for sure.
All right, where were we? That was Krios.
Calzone Giant.
Yeah, 10
Calzone
damage.
Giant is he's going to generate heat. And the whole room down here is getting hotter and hotter. Like steam is coming off his body. He's like fresh out of the oven, steaming hot pastry. And from the wounds that he's got, he's like spurting hot tomato juice. Hot as lava, it boils out and sizzles on the ground around it. It's going to... It's going to make a breath weapon attack.
You know, I thought about using a fire breath potion, and I'm really glad I did now.
Mm-hmm. Is it healing ammo?
Which makes him stronger.
Oh shit! So my flames are not good, huh? I'll have to take it off. Yeah, I think he hits us. What the fuck?
This thing's hard to get to stand up. Anyway, breath weapon. Cone. Comes out like this. So he opens his giant, weird-looking mouth. He's this giant calzone golem, and so just sort of the pastry face that he's got, like the pastry lips unfurl, and there's just this orifice full of like superheated pastry goo inside, and he's going to emit this horrible stinking cloud in a cone here. So everybody inside the cone has to make a con save. Let's see, what kind of con save is this? It is DC 13.
I got an 18.
Abforth?
F4, get there.
Sorry, 14.
14? All right.
No, I was asking if that's the check. That's what I need to be.
DC 13.
DC 13 con save. Stats. Con. Oh, cool. My con saves are a -1. That's nice. Wait, that's not right. I have a 10 in Constitution, but it says I have a -1 modifier. Why? Can you check? Hey, can I share this with you, Ninja, and make sure that this code isn't broken right here?
Sure. You
I'll
putting
go
it
ahead and
in
roll it,
D&D
though.
stuff, or?
I'm just gonna send it straight to you because it's got edit privileges.
Got it.
Yeah, it's my con stat, the con save block on my stats page. It should just be a 0. I don't know why it says -1. Oh, and I did get a 14 on my con save.
Somebody has manually entered -1 into that spot. That's why.
I see. Might have been me. Don't know why, but it might have been.
So I could fix the formula, but that'll take time. So just change it to a 0
that's
for
fine.
now.
Yeah, that's cool.
A 0 will do the same thing as changing the formula, but you'll have to update
Sure
it
enough.
manually if something fixes your con later.
Cool.
All right. Because like if you look at the other stats, you can see they have a little formula in there. You'll just have to follow that pattern. All right. So what's your roll?
A 14.
14's going to make it. All right, so neither of you is affected by the stench. However, the stench doesn't go anywhere. It lingers. So the room is now full of a stinking cloud of gas, and every turn you have to make a con save. Otherwise, you retch instead of taking actions. And it fills the entire room with this cloud, and the cloud lasts for a number of turns.
So consider as a poison.
Up to 10 turns. Yeah, it's considered a poison.
And so you have to make that save every turn.
You don't have to make a save if you don't need to breathe or if you are immune to poison, you will automatically succeed.
Can I react and hold my breath as he blows out? I understand I need to make the save the first time, but for future saves.
That's what the save is. Because you made the
Okay.
save, you held your breath.
Okay, so I'm gonna hold my, and you can do that for like 3 turns plus con modifier or something like that. Here, I'll search it.
Think of this stuff more like pepper spray. It affects your eyes, it affects everything. So, like,
It's like a spore in the air, you know? It's
yeah.
just present.
Oh, a number of minutes equals to 1 plus its con modifier is how long you can hold your breath. By
It
the way.
doesn't say anything in the spell about. It says only
Oh,
if you don't have to breathe does it make you
I see.
immune. So
I got you.
just holding your breath doesn't necessarily mean you're not being
It's
affected
still
while you're in the cloud.
superheated air hitting your face, and it hurts really fucking bad.
Yeah. It doesn't do damage, though. It only makes you rich and denies you an action.
Alright, so it'll be my turn again.
Yes, sir?
Unless he's done. I mean, unless he's got some other things he can do.
Nah, that was it. Back to the top.
I'm gonna order my sword to do a slashing attack on it if it doesn't mind.
Critical hit.
Critical hit. And I'm gonna say. Veggie Chopper, go! And I get to add one more d6 to it. I don't understand how I lose my position on the table so often. Like,
That's what saved cameras are good for.
I know. So it does 8 more. It does 38 damage.
All right. Your sword cleaves into it, chopping one of its arms off. It roars, a pastry roar, and pastry goo flies out of its mouth in all directions.
And seeing, I try to dodge all the gooey redness that comes out of it and not get hit by any of the molten tomato sauce. And I'm going to attack its other ankle. Oh, another critical hit. Those are 2 different rollers, by the way. 14 damage.
Okay. Pop, pop. More damage done.
I say, Morkan, finish this beast off.
What does it look like? Oh, minus 88.
Dude, I just did 38 plus. I just did 52 damage to it on that turn
Holy.
between me and the sword. 2 critical hits.
I is it my turn?
Yep.
I deactivate my fire because it doesn't seem to be the right thing on this creature. Attack him with a critical failure.
Oh, no. Yeah, I haven't
Hit
been rolling on that
chart
table.
up. Yeah, I
Barker,
should've
you had a
gotten-
critical hit. You feel it's imperative to press the advantage, but maintain awareness of your surroundings. You can choose to gain advantage on all attacks against your target next turn, so on your next
Fuck
attack.
yeah.
And then for that crit fail, weapon attack crit fail, you lose your combat footing, exposing yourself to your enemies. Your enemies have advantage on their first attack roll against you next round.
While I'm on the ground there, is it possible for me to grab my antitoxin and drink it? Or is the failure not allowing me to do that?
Where is it?
I pulled it out after the hemp.
Yeah, if it's easily available, you could quaff it with a bonus action.
I'll drink that.
Pop up the jam. Copy
Sorry, that was
written.
I'm sorry, that was a Dogecoin meme. It said people were like, Doge are falling. First time, huh?
I like Ethereum better. It's a little more stable, based on more real value.
If you had invested your first stimulus check in Doge when it came out, the $1,200 one, you'd have $260,000 right now.
It hurts. It hurts. I should invest more into
That thing was starting to. that thing
crypto
started
markets.
getting hot during that time with what is it called, GameSpot or whatever. What was going on there?
GameStop.
AMC. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was higher than it had ever been like 3 days ago, so
Wow.
it was
Ye-
at 42 cents.
You realize all of these are like bad signs, right?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
Like this shows very, very much instability in our regular
Yeah, and
economy.
complete
Oh, yeah.
inflation. Like it's done.
well, it also shows people not knowing what they're doing. If Dogecoin can get to 30 cents,
I love that
it shows
stonks
that.
meme. We can stay retarded longer than they can stay like financially viable.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. We're dumber than they are rich.
Yes. And we can stay that way longer than they could believe.
Yes.
All right.
It's the
I was gonna give
overst-
the Calzone Golem like maxed HP, but that would still only give it 60. So it thrashes about and roars, roar, and then it crashes into the wall and slumps to the ground and dies.
Hey. Broken animated sword for the win. I say that was interesting.
Oh my god, who the hell made this creature?
I would guess the man we saved just a minute ago.
Yeah, like that tomato sauce.
Do we see his wife anywhere?
All right. Let me find the
What's-
next part here. It
what's up?
says, all right. The Calzone Golem will immediately attack anyone it sees. It has a few minor wounds, but will fight to the death. Nothing is left of value in the pantry because everything's been destroyed by the Golem's fury.
Is there anything on the golem?
There's nothing on the Golem.
So I take my sword and I start like dissecting it, like open it and see if there's anything inside. Maybe the lady's inside, trapped inside.
She would be pretty much dissolved by now, I'd imagine.
Maybe.
Said the goo coming out of it was molten hot.
All right. So actually, she can teleport. So she's not even.
That's how the chair got put on the door.
So she's not even here. She's actually already left the building and gone next door to H Inc. to get some backup, and so a bunch of wizards are gonna show up at the building moments later, and they're gonna come charging in. They're gonna arrive at the kitchen. Eventually, they'll find their way down into the basement. They'll notice that the door's open, so a woman approaches. Gendrew.
There you are.
No wait. Andalin. Andalin's the woman. Gendrew's the man. So they scoop up Gendrew. He was injured. They're going to carry him and seat him in the kitchen here. And so Andalin is going to come down, and she's going to see that you've defeated the Calzone Golem. And she'll say, "I don't know who you are, but I must thank you for so quickly dealing with this situation. I had run to fetch aid in dealing with such a beast, as I am not a fighter myself, and my spells are ill-suited to dealing with monsters such as this."
I'm surprised you haven't.
Gas.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of us. We've been in this town for a few months now.
Yeah, I am deep in my studies and pay little attention to the goings-on around town.
Somebody must hate you. Like some imp was sent to destroy your book, I believe. We have this creature in the basement. Are you the one who created this
I was
monster?
about to
or-
say, I speak up as Morkan says that and say her husband said they created it, from what I can tell.
Yes, they will explain that it is their creation. This was to be a celebratory feast, an animated cake. It was going to be great. It was going to be spectacular. But for some reason, all of the animated objects have been driven into a mad frenzy by this imp, apparently.
I point at my sword and say, mine's doing just fine.
Well, it came in after the imp had cast the spell, and so it was unaffected.
I
But all
see.
the animated objects in the house had gone mad.
I asked Morkan if he would mind dumping the burlap sack on the ground.
Oh, I was gonna keep that as a treasure But yeah, so I opened the bag and I dumped the hemp on the ground.
All right.
Is this the imp you're talking about?
The imp is unconscious, but not dead. He made his saves.
I asked Gandalin if this is the same imp.
She's actually unaware. I'm giving you like extra information.
Oh. I say, well, we found this creature in your bedroom, destroying your spell books, and your husband was tied to a bed with tomato sauce all over him, so we thought it was blood. Tried to heal him, wasted a healing potion. You guys owe us a lot of money for this job, just so you know.
In a very businesslike tone, she'll say, "I agreed to no payment."
Your husband did, though.
She looks over at him. He's still unconscious.
So you're gonna let us do your dirty work and just thank us and pat us on the back? This is your plan?
Look at these ruins. Look at this damage. How am I to repay you when I've been ruined financially by the destruction this has caused? I
Well,
must figure out what this imp's deal was and why he was sabotaging our work here.
I have an idea, maybe on all you can repay us. What if your husband was cooking for us for some time?
He will offer his services as a fine chef if you need him to cook a fine banquet. If you're gonna entertain some nobles or something, he will repay your kindness by helping you out.
Well, that might be an opportunity for our museum. Afford. You can cook and make a nice banquet. You can maybe schmooze up a little bit of these nobles in the town that you're trying to get in touch with.
You see that Avforth seems pretty angry, and he'll say that a cook might be good enough for a partner, but you might have just made an enemy of me. And I'll leave. Storm off with my sword.
I mean, it says here that this character could be a powerful ally to your adventuring party, but no, you hate her now. That's fine.
I hate her. Morkan can help. It's fine. I, as a person, do. Yes. Doesn't mean it's completely cutting off all ties. I said you might have made an enemy. I didn't say I'm never working with you. I'm not gonna fuck with you at all. I'm just not very happy with her.
So don't
give me a bag of gold or fuck off.
That's pretty much his mindset. Yeah.
Don't mind him. What do you think of this imp? Is there anybody that is looking to harm you in some sort?
A creature of the abyss. This bodes ill omens for the future. If devils and demons are about, causing sabotage and strife among the wizards, it'll definitely lead to a catastrophe. Where there are minor devils, there are usually bigger and meaner devils behind them, egging them on and telling them what to do. Unless, of course, this is a familiar of another wizard, but one would think that if it were a familiar, it would have simply vanished rather than being struck unconscious and remaining here in physical form. Somehow this imp is actually here, unlike a summoned creature.
You think it might have escaped? What about these deeper floors of this fort? I was told that there's some deep areas that there. At least we heard about drows, but what about these type of creatures?
Devils? Unlikely. Below the castle is the Elven Catacombs, and below that is the Underdark.
The Underdark. What's in there?
Menzoberranzan, the home of the Dark Elves.
Oh my god. We could have brought a creature like this. It's not coming from the woods.
What? You mean the imp?
Yeah.
Imps come from the abyss. The abyss is the hells.
But we did actually found some cultists not too far from here, and they had a portal. They had some sort of portal to probably from one of these abyss areas.
This is all bad news. If there are cultists that are opening portals to the abyss and allowing demons and devils to pour into our dimension from the abyss, they have to be stopped. Hopefully you dealt with them, or let somebody know what was going on so they could be dealt with.
Well, we destroyed that crystal that was opening that portal, so we don't think it's going to come back from there. But
Excellent. Hopefully this is but a straggler that managed to get through before you closed off that access point. Otherwise, we'll have much worse to deal with in the future if this is but a vanguard or a scout of a greater force.
do you have any other ideas where we can look into, or do you have any needs for any help of any sorts?
Can you do carpentry?
No,
I
can't.
have need of many new shelves.
I can't fix your house. I'm not that good for that. But F-Fort might be able to. Maybe you can hire the same people that we hired to work on our museum.
No, it's fine. She is a member of H Inc. She'll just have the the interns do it, the unpaid interns.
Well, you're from H. Maybe you can put a good word for us to Master Belmian. I've been trying to work a little bit with him, and for helping you. Maybe leave him a nice word. Maybe he'll give me a better price next time I try to buy something from him.
I am a high-ranking member of H Inc. I will do so. I'll put in a good word for you. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much.
It's the least I can do for all the help that you've lent to me.
Well, I say, we're not too far from here. We actually rented the little building in the other corner of this area of the town. If ever you need any help, just come to our house, and we most likely be able to help you. Today you just saw 2 of us, but we have a group of 6 or 7 of us. In case you need anything.
All right. Well, you made some allies. She's a wizard and a craftsperson. You also have a chef that can help you out if you need some fine dining.
Thank you very much. So I'll just leave at that point.
That's a fun little 5-page adventure. I was digging through all of my adventures, and I was like, this one's perfect.
Try to find F-Fort.
You'll see me standing outside the building that we just left, fuming a little bit.
So it says here that she's got a box of potions that she'll offer as a reward, so she's going to give that to you on your way out.
Oh, thank you. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you very much. I'm an alchemist, by the way, if ever you need any help. But this probably is going to help. So what do I find in that box?
Yeah, I'm looking for it. It was a hidden box in one of the earlier rooms. Here it is. Put it on a note card here. All right. The box contains a potion of strength, cat's grace, cure moderate wounds, endure elements, fire, jump, and vision.
Damn.
Some of this stuff is early edition spells. Let's see. These first two are actually a spell called Enhance Ability in 5e.
Enhance Ability. What's that do?
Well, as they say, they enhance an ability. So this one is for strength, and this one is for dexterity. When you do the bull strength one, it gives you advantage on strength checks, and your carrying capacity doubles for up to an hour. When you drink the cat's grace one, you have advantage on dexterity checks, and it also doesn't take, and you take no damage from falling 20 feet or less as long as you're not incapacitated. Also for up to an hour. Cure moderate wounds is 8d4 plus 8, I think. Endure elements gives you resistance to fire. Jump, I think, just lets you jump super high. And vision, I think that's actually like a potion of dark vision for like an hour, I believe.
Say, F-Fort.
Yo.
Well, she did actually give us a little bit of a treasure afterwards.
Yeah, she didn't have any money she could give because her place was destroyed, but she did have some potions around that she could give away. So there they are.
Yeah, take a
I'll
look at
just
this.
I'll just scoff a little bit and say wizards are always ungrateful. I should have expected less. I shouldn't have
Well,
expected so much.
we got this at least, and I think she might be able to help us later on. But before I left, I collected the imp. Okay, I kept it.
Cool.
But I still have the hint. But take a look at these potions. I'm sure there's something in there that you might like.
Anything that makes me more nimble on my feet, I'd be interested in.
What if you take this jump and the cat's grace?
That sounds good, man. Yeah. The potion belt can never be too full.
And what about?
Well, I mean, it can. I only have 8 slots, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When you drink the potion of jump, for 1 minute, your jump distance is tripled.
What about dark vision? Wouldn't you like that? Look at that.
I have it.
Yeah, well, I have it naturally, so.
But yeah, I mean, I'll take the potion, but I've got
yeah.
it already.
Well, take it just in case something happens.
It is via a piece of equipment, so something could happen.
Yeah, exactly. That's never going to be a problem for me. So I'll keep the bull strength, the moderate wound, the endurance fire, and I'll give the rest to you.
Cool. Thank you.
The bull strength is good as if you have like a huge pile of treasure you want to carry, and you have an hour to carry it to town. You could just pick it all up.
Or maybe, does that mean that we could maybe like, if there's something heavy to lift just for a moment, that could become maybe useful?
Well, I mean, it just increases your strength, but yeah.
Yeah, but I'm thinking Casimir could use that.
Yeah, if you had like a massive stone, like if there was like a trap where a giant stone block dropped and trapped you in a room or something, and you wanted to like lift the stone up, you'd drink that potion and it would maybe allow you to lift something heavy enough.
Yeah, exactly. Did you take the notes you needed there, Barker?
Mm-hmm.
I'll delete the stuff that I don't have there. Well, it's not bad as a treasure, to be honest. And I found this other thing too. When I was looking, I need to get it identified. So, we got something out of this. And to be frank, I'm kind of happy that we've done this together because it's been a long time that we've had a chance to do our own thing together.
I'll nod and say it's good to have you not just distrusting me instantly. You're right. I agree. I'm glad you can hold your faith in me to, venture with me these days.
Yeah, but like I said last time, just give me a little bit more of an insight for what you're doing. That way I understand what you're doing, and I'm not just so surprised about whatever is going on. I kind of like to plan things. Sometimes the seasons they do actually, affect me a little bit more than other people.
I can see that.
It's kind of a winter time where we were, so.
You guys got some stuff. Is anybody gonna have things identified?
Actually, we haven't got to that yet. I need to get this identified now, and that you needed somebody to make something identified as well.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that this katana I've got isn't magical. I've just found it in a bag. You know how it goes. We stuff our treasure in the bag of holding, and I kind of forget what's in there sometimes. So I've just found this sword. I'd like to see if there's anything special about it.
I need to find myself one of your bags because these things are way too helpful.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. And I'll laugh and say, "Aren't you glad you got a thief on your team? Because without me, we'd have never found this in the first place."
Oh, by the way, take those back. So I give you back your boots.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Before
I'm gonna go to the. I mentioned that I actually leave my katana with you and say, if you don't mind, when you go get your stuff identified, will you take this with you? I need to go to the courthouse and purchase some property.
Turns out your katana is not magical.
It's fine. I just wanted to check because I don't even remember where it came from.
Fortunately, Control F found it right away.
Okay. I'll go and see Peter. Maybe he's going to be able to help us out.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah. Peter DeGray will cast Detect Magic. He'll say, that's a very fine mithril katana of elven craft. However, doesn't appear to be magical.
What
fine
about this,
weapon to be enchanted, though.
Oh, by the way, like who would be capable of doing that? Do you know anyone that in the city
H-Ink.
that could help us? Oh yeah.
They are the craftsmen.
Oh, that's good to know. What about this the tiefling staff over here?
An arcane
made of-
focus, but not magical. The magic item is the pitcher, the elven pitcher, made of crystal.
What does it do? Can you identify that?
Where's that note card at? Elven pitcher.
Oh, it's by my stuff. You probably wouldn't have that picture, Chris. I have it in my bag.
Okay.
All right.
You didn't even know I took any of that stuff.
Okay.
Then it remains a mystery forever.
Yep, it's just I'm probably gonna sell it without identifying.
All right. Then it's worthless.
It doesn't have any price listed, so I guess I wouldn't do that because I wouldn't get anything for it. Like what? I just came over to look at the card. It just says used elven pitcher made of crystal.
Somebody
so
will
this-
give you 4 gold for it.
No.
So this is just an item that a wizard or some that would be using to.
I mean,
cast
it's
some
just
of
a
their
pitcher
spells,
made of crystal. The crystal is nice. That's why it's worth 4 gold. But otherwise, it's just a container to hold water. It's not even full. It's an empty container.
I'll make a donation to your church then, and I'll give you the stifling staff because I really don't need this.
Tiefling staff. Gross. They throw it in the well.
Oh, but that's fine.
Gross.
Tieflings are half devils, you know.
Oh, that's fine.
Here, have this gift. It's a devil thing.
Yeah. Hey, I showed him in the bag. Talking about devils, look what we found, and I show him the hemp. Oh, actually, maybe you might be interested to know that there was a hemp that we actually incapacitated, and it did not despawn. It seems like it came in on its own. It was not summoned by anyone, and it was causing some trouble as well with some of the wizards in the city.
What was?
The hemp.
The imp.
The imp.
Yeah, bring that up to the church.
Did you hand them the imp?
I showed him the hemp.
All right.
I say, I'm gonna keep this though. It's my treasure.
I keep hearing hemp, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that the imp woke up and tries to escape, but I rolled a 1. So he doesn't. They see the imp and they say, gross. Throw it in the well.
No.
Destroy it. It's evil.
I'll destroy it.
Evil.
I'll destroy it myself. I'll take care of it.
Cast it into the holy water. Bathe it in its destructive acid. Well, I guess it wouldn't be acid. It's holy water. It would be like acid to a devil.
I might be able to learn something out of this thing though.
I'm gonna go make a drink, I think. Some whiskey.
Yeah, good time for a
Yeah.
break.
Right back.
I need to use the bathroom anyway.
It does have some shape shifting abilities, doesn't it?
Nope. He can turn invisible though.
I thought it had the shape changer. It can transform into. The hemp can use this action to polymorph into a
Guys.
beast form that resemble a rat.
Bitcoin's at 59,000 now. It's dropping. If you ever want to get in, now's your last chance.
Oh god, yeah. Okay, I got $20,000.
Only
for that.
$60,000 per coin.
Ugh,
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
too much.
So ridiculous.
And it has that devil sight ability and magic resistance.
Yeah, if you're reading its stat block.
Yeah, exactly. Cheater.
Okay. Do I know anything about imps? I guess not. Maybe not.
Okay, Victor Vorhall.
Do I know anything about this weird creature from another plane of existence?
What would I have to roll for that?
It is a knowledge arcana check.
Let's do that.
Imps are actually fairly common. Most wizards have a familiar. You've seen these things before around town, but you don't know much
Mhm.
about them unless you've asked some people. So aside from having seen imps before, you don't really know much about them.
Yeah, I forgot about it. I'll throw it in the holy water.
All right. It wakes up and really does not like dying in horrifying acidic melty form. It quickly
I'll
is
ta-
reduced to nothing and disappears.
I'll take notes of that.
Well,
Interesting.
the priestess of Eldath is quite happy that the imp has been destroyed. Lady Tiffany Epiphany is going to clap and say, "Good job,
Epiphany.
sir. Good job."
She's from Biffany.
Yes, she is. All right, I'm going AFK. I'll be back in a
Me
bit.
too.
Me too. I'm back.
All right, I'm back. Hi ho, hi ho. Yeah. Welcome back, Twitch. D&D Live. Huzzah!
Oh, it's a drink.
I got my Mountain Dew amp. It's good. It's almost gone, though. I might have to make coffee or something. I'm trying to drink less coffee, and it's rough. I had such a headache yesterday.
I don't think I can live without coffee.
I know, right? It's hard. It's not an easy thing to do.
You gotta try to drink it with less like sugar and shit, you know.
No Barker yet, huh?
No.
It's okay. I'll just be here eating my chicken dinner.
Well, maybe I can do one thing. I'd like to go to real quick to the Coliseum and just take a look at the items that are for price.
So, you remember there's a crossbow there.
Yep.
The items are unidentified until you win. So, you have no idea what it is until after the gladiator battle is won and you're presented with your prize.
So there's a crossbow. There's some sort of a skull, I think.
Yep.
And what was the other one?
Did I put that board away?
I don't know.
Do I have a bag that says gladiator shit?
I don't see a board. It was pretty big, so.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Thought
sure
you
I
would've kept
bagged
it
it up here. So many bags, I don't know which one it is. Yeah, anyway.
I'm back. Sorry.
I hadn't even generated the items yet, so it is what it is. A crossbow, a wizardy item, and something else.
What happened? What did I miss?
He was asking what the prizes were in the gladiator arena, and I don't remember. I haven't even made them up yet.
Have you watched Invincible yet, Ninja?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Fucking
yes.
shit is good.
Is episode 6 out now?
Yeah, it's Fridays.
Oh, I gotta watch it.
Was that 6?
Yeah, that was 6.
That wasn't 5? Yeah, alright.
No.
What a show!
College? Yeah, that's 6.
There's only 100 episodes. Or 100
Is there?
issues of the comic, so
Oh, I was about to say, that's 100 episodes. Shit.
it's pretty limited, but there's
Who
enough
made-
material there they could go on for a few seasons.
Which company made the
Image.
image?
Image Comics.
I like it. It's just carbon copies of other superheroes, which is hilarious.
If you, I don't know, I watched all the comic book stuff, like Comics Explained and some other comic book shows about it, and so I got all the spoilers, but I think it's got more in common with Dragon Ball Z, actually. Like, a lot of people make the analogy like, this is just a ripoff of the Justice League, but no. No, what this is actually a ripoff of is Dragon Ball Z.
That is some good bourbon.
Yes, to become Super Saiyan.
Basically, the
Four
Viltrumites are the
roses.
Super Saiyans, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, him and his dad are gonna be fighting soon.
We'll see.
No, it's definitely gonna happen. I did the same thing as Ninja.
Oh, you
I
watch
think-
it?
I-
Oh, okay.
I think next episode there's going to be a fight between.
Spoiler alert!
All right, so I can't spoil Barker, but I could spoil you. So I shouldn't say anything else.
That's fine. That's fine. I get it. I'll still enjoy watching it.
Oh, it's a fantastic show. I love it.
I don't care about spoilers when it comes to comic book stuff because that stuff's so readily available on the internet to look at anyway.
Isn't Battle Beast fucking awesome?
Dude, that guy is amazing.
He's
That
a
dude was
killer.
amazing. He's like, there's not a worthy mortal on this planet.
When he hits Invincible in the dick with his giant
Yes.
magic sundering weapon, he fucking licks the blood off his face. He's so hardcore.
Yeah.
It's vicious.
Where does he even come from? Like, where did that dude come from?
I could say, I don't know how spoilery it is. He's like, all right. So in the Invincible world, there's this concept, right? Every planet has a defender or defenders, and they are there to defend against other outside forces that would want to take your planet, conquer it for whatever reason, right? So, Battle Beast is like the #1 defender of his planet, but his bloodlust was so great that after he became like the #1 defender of his planet, he realized there was nobody to fight that could pose a threat to him, and he's like, I quit. I'm going out into space to find somebody to fight, to get a worthy fight. So he totally abandoned his job as a planet defender. He's like a Superman that just loved to fight so much that he was like, fuck this. I'm going to go find a
I was
battle.
saying the whole comic seemed like Injustice to me. Like the Injustice arc.
It's really not. It has hints of it at first, but it's really not. Oh, it's such a good show. I can't wait for every episode. Every Friday it rolls around. I watch it at like 6 a.m.
Yeah, definitely did the same thing this Friday. It was 3 a.m. though. No, it should have been in bed. It was Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. I should have been in bed, but I was watching Invincible. Yeah, him and Adam Eve are definitely gonna bang.
I like her little side plot. She's got her white trash parents, and she goes off to save the jungles and the rainforest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what?
That's such a real thing that a teenager with superpowers would actually do. They'd be like, I could just,
Especially if you can manipulate the molecules of the world around
Right.
you. Yeah, definitely.
So she's just like, why should I do anything other than just fix what I can fix? And she just goes and does it. I love it. It's great. It's the most realistic depiction of a superhero ever.
Don't you leave that door there.
Yeah, that's
She
just
puts a
funny the way
door-
she can like put a door in front of her dad
Yeah.
so he can't
Or
yell at
just
her.
take the door away. Well, I was gonna go to the courthouse and open a bank.
You want to open a bank account at the courthouse?
No, I want to open a bank.
No, you want to start a bank.
Yes. It's one thing I've noticed that this town doesn't have.
Yeah, I guess people mostly store their goods where they live. So the archmages have their stuff in their towers for safety.
I'm going to build a bank, and I'm going to build a security vault. And we are going to start storing items in there and accruing interest.
All right. Well, they'll tell you at the courthouse that you're welcome to run a business where you store things for people. That's on you. They're not gonna get involved. However, you might have to pay taxes.
I'll let them know that their security is our security, so we will do our best to protect everyone in town's things. And I'll leave, and I go looking for a place to open it. Somewhere in the Noble District. And I head to my house.
Okay. You arrive at your half a mansion in the Noble District.
I check in on Susanna Serpentwind and ask her if she's been doing all right and if she needs help with anything. I've kind of got some free time on my hands.
A butler meets you at the door and bars your entrance into her property here.
I ask him if Lady Serpentwind is in. I would like to have a conversation with her.
Lady Serpentwind is currently occupied with a dinner party, and you are not on the invite list.
Pull out 10 platinum coins and I say, would there be a possibility I could get on that list?
Gerard the butler huffs and says, I will not be bribed, sir. You dishonor me with your attempts at bribery.
This isn't a bribe, this is a gift. It's part of my payment for rent. I'm paying ahead more.
I will pass it on to the lady.
Just let her know that I would be interested in joining her event. I was hoping to make introductions to some nobles in town.
Okay. He'll nod his agreement and step back into the house and close the door.
I'll wait patiently, smoke a pipe.
Oh, you were waiting for a response?
Yeah.
He doesn't come back.
Oh, cool. Then I know that I'm not gonna get any reception, and I start walking around the Noble District looking for a building that might be available for purchase.
When you approach this side street, a knight of the watch blocks the path. And he says, You there!
I say yes.
How well dressed are you?
Noble's apparel. I put that fine hunter's hat on that I bought. I didn't put the cloth choker, but I am wearing Noble's clothes.
I've not seen you around, but you seem to be well dressed. What manor is yours?
I point back to the Serpentwind Manor and I say, I rent a wing of the Serpentwind home. I was hoping to maybe find an abode of my own in the area.
All right.
I've just come to the area from far away in Hobbit lands, places you've probably never heard of, and I'm trying to establish myself.
Carry on, then, he says, and he steps aside.
I say, thank you, sir. Would you mind if I ask your name, so if I bump into you again, I could be more formal? Or more casual, I mean, instead of so formal?
His name is Garland.
Garland or
Garland.
Garland? I say, thank you, Garland. I appreciate your hard work.
Yes.
And me and my giant sword that's just floating behind me carry on. I stroll lazily through the streets of the Noble District, smoking a pipe.
All right. You see a house that seems like it would serve well. This one.
I'm gonna note that, and then I'm gonna walk, like, make the loop around the district, you know, just in case there's something else, you know. Don't wanna jump at the first thing that catches my eye. I'll come back here, and I'm like, this all looks lived in and used. So that's the same thing.
Yeah, walking through the Noble District, there's a lot of elaborate architecture. The streets are lined with fancy brickwork, and there's a variety of plants growing on trellises all up and down the streets. Everything is very, very rich and well decorated with fine art, statues, and flowers growing ornamentally here and there.
What does the house look like that I'm finally end up coming back to?
A business-like structure on the front street. The outward-facing side seems like it could serve as a bank front. The back end of it here is more of a private abode.
So I could have a house there as well. Excellent. I approach the door and I knock.
Okay. You're greeted by another serving person, a maid, and the maid asks, "Who may I say is calling on the lady?"
Sir Absforth Dustbrush.
Okay. She leaves, and after a time, she invites you in and brings you to a sitting room where the lady is in. Lady Eleanor.
I will put my hand on the sword, put it towards the back, like hover it above the bag of holding, and deactivate it so it falls in.
Yeah, if you had that sword out, you wouldn't have even gotten in here. I assumed you put that away.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna,
Otherwise, you
like-
would have been dogpiled by guards and beaten to a pulp.
Right, right. Anyway, I greet her and I say, "Hello, madam. Would I would like to discuss some business with you, if that was all right."
Okay. What have you got
I
to
was
say?
hope I was hoping I could purchase this property. I'm new in town and I'm looking for a place to settle down in, and this place seems to my liking.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know if that'll be possible. The building was a
Uh,
gift. I can't exactly give it away.
I laugh and say, "Anything's possible with money. Who gifted you the house, if you don't mind me asking?"
She sidesteps your question and says, "Perhaps one of my other properties would be more interesting to you. I have a building on the west side. Not quite as nice as this one, not quite as front-facing to the street, but it would probably serve your needs well."
I say, "Are you sure? Because this building seems to be in the perfect location for what I'm hoping to do. You see, I hope to open a bank so the nobles in this town can hold their wealth and feel secure about it, and not have to worry about people breaking in, or if the guards are doing their job, or things like that. And also, I see that there's a housing attached to the building. I'd be more than willing to still let you stay here."
All right. She tries to persuade you about her other building, but I only rolled a 3. And she'll be pretty evasive about the details of this building. But she seems pretty much like she's unwilling to give it up.
I say, "I have quite a substantial sum of money I'm willing to spend on this place."
Yes, unfortunately, this
sure?
property has specific sentimental value to my family, and I couldn't possibly part with it. So, I'm afraid you would have to take up my offer for another building on the southwest side of town. Otherwise, our business is not going to work out.
What's the family name?
Rigby.
Rigby, I say. Excellent. I see. I see you're pretty firm in your stance. Perhaps we can come to an agreement at a later time, I say. And I thank her and leave.
She didn't want to tell you who this house was gifted to her from, or why she can't give it up. And you're pretty sure she was lying there.
Yeah, I get it. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to Garland and say, "Good sir, do you mind if I ask you a couple questions very shortly, very briefly?"
Lord Dustbrush. Yes. How can I help?
Motion back to the house that I was just at. I say, "Do you know much about the family that lives there?"
He looks back at the house over there and he says, "Lady Rigby, yes?"
Yes, I was just wondering if she had family members that lived in town also. I would like to speak with them.
Lady Rigby is a widower. I've not heard of any family that lives in the town here. As far as I know, she is a single woman of great wealth and repute. Though no
I'm in.
suitors seem to bother her.
I see, I see. I thank him and I toss him a gold coin and I say, "Thank you for the information, sir."
Mm.
And I walk towards the courthouse. If Chris wants to do stuff, you should probably let him, because I got a couple more things I want to try to work out with this.
I'm missing a figurine. Look around the table. See if you can find the main man.
Is his name the main man?
Oh wait, here he is. Here he is. I found him. Clifton Bladewalker.
Oh,
What time of day is it now?
Clifton Bladewalker. It's the afternoon. Is leaving the courthouse as you arrive, and he walks down the street in this direction. So you said you were headed into the courthouse?
yeah, but I was gonna say, Chris should probably do some stuff if he wants to, because my stuff might take a little bit of time.
I went to the Coliseum to take a look at what the prices were, but after that I would go to the courthouse to meet you.
So you're
since you
both
told me
standing
you
in
were gonna be
the
there.
in the main yard in front of the courthouse. The bustling street, people moving up and down the street.
As you walk up, I say, "Did you just see Clifton Bladewalker leave? Am I mistaken of that is?" And I point down the
Hmm.
street this way.
Well, I saw a man of stature leave, but I'm not sure of his name. I don't know.
Did-
I've been presented to him.
It's Jaren's brother, if I'm not mistaken. The one that tried to get the werewolf killed,
Maybe we should
or
go
the
after him then.
whatever. I was going to say I have just a tad more business to handle at the courthouse, and I point towards that house and say I'm trying to gather information on the history of that home. Uh, I'm trying to buy it, but the owner's being kind of stubborn. Do you think you could follow Clifton and see what he's up to while I take care of that?
Yeah, I'll try to,
I'll give you the boots back.
stay around and be a little discreet. Yeah, I can do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I give you back your katana. I tell you, it's a nice sword, but there's no powers on it. But I learned that H Inc. might be a place to be able to put enchants on some items like this.
Ah, excellent. That is great news.
Yeah, and I do know the people there, so you know,
Yeah,
whatever.
I'll let you deal with them. I probably shouldn't be doing any negotiating with people I've offended.
That's okay. I'm sure that she will forget about this. But yeah, I'll go back later on. She's busy right now fixing her house, but I'll put the boots on. I'll leave you the katana, and then I'll follow slowly.
And I'll step into the courthouse with my new noble boots on.
By the time you catch up to where you can see Clifton Bladewalker, he's standing in front of a building. He knocks at the door a couple times, and a woman opens the door and greets him. He steps into the building, and they close the door.
Do I see the woman?
You caught a glimpse of her for a moment.
Have I ever seen her before?
I don't know, have you?
I don't believe so. Is this guard actually here?
There are guards up and down the street, yes.
I try to sneak on the side and between the buildings. Make sure there's no one, and try to see if there's a window or anything like that.
There's guards here, too.
Oh, damn it.
They everywhere, bro.
This is the Noble District. You can't go 5 feet
Yeah.
without running into a guard.
Alright, so I'll move towards here. And I'll hide kind of in between like pillars or something, like in the corner, just waiting to see what happens.
Okay.
And I will head in and head to the scribe's office.
Okay, yeah.
I say I was looking for the history on a home in the town, if that's possible.
Can I interrupt you real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
What I'll do here, I'll take out my scroll of familiar, and I'll start casting.
Okay.
For
That takes an hour.
Oh, it takes a full hour.
Yep.
Shoot. I'll have to do that another time. Oh yeah, I'll just wait here then. Sorry about that.
You're good.
Hey, Miss Jake Paul getting his butt whooped.
Oh, is it on?
He lost? He's a pretty good boxer for a
Is it on right now?
celebrity.
Well, they started. I think it started at 9. I don't think they get on until like around 11.
Who was he
You got a
fighting?
link for it? Ben Askren, an
Ben
MMA fighter.
Askren. Yeah,
I don't know
he's
who
an
that
old
is.
MMA fighter, but
Guy that got knocked out in 5 seconds by the flying knee from Jorge Masvidal.
that's him.
I don't think I saw that one. I used to watch a lot of MMA back in the day. I remember seeing, what's that dude? He got his like nose turned inside out by a flying knee.
Ah, that sucks.
Like I think it was Anderson Silva kneed him in the nose and fucking turned his face inside out. It was gross. What was his name? Rich Franklin?
Oh yeah,
Rich Franklin used to be the school teacher.
Let me see
Wasn't
if
he
I
a
can
school
find that
teacher before he
picture
went
of
in
his caved-in face. It was so gross.
You got a link for that, Crooked?
No, I was trying to download. So it's some like FIT Fight app on Amazon. Not Amazon, but what is it? Fire TV or whatever. and it kind of got hung up. So I was like, I'm not gonna buy this shit. Pay per view.
Oh. There's definitely a stream somewhere.
Yeah, they've been shutting them down. Streams. So I'm not fighting that, trying to watch it. Of course, it ain't even good until you get around 11 o'clock. Hell, I don't care about the rest of it. I just want to see him get hurt.
Do you know what's surprisingly good? Muay Thai. I was watching the Muay Thai Championships the other day. It's fucking great.
It is.
I thought you were gonna say a dark forest cake, but
I was watching this Muay Thai fight, and the dude gets like elbowed right in the nose, and just blood explodes everywhere. It was such a bloody fight. Elbow shots are nasty.
It's $50.
Yeah.
for what?
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Well, pay per view or whatever.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'll give you 5 and you can stream it to me on your phone.
If you do it through the app, it's 5.
No, I said I'll give you $5 and you can stream it to Discord.
That's no.
Oh.
That's 10%. No, I'm good.
Oh my goodness. Just whipped right past. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all play it.
Maybe you
No, it's
can
good. We're
watch
not
some.
Into some serious shit.
Maybe you can watch that later on, like
Yeah,
a
I'll
recap.
watch the replay or whatever.
I'll let you. Courthouse.
All right,
Yeah, I'm
Barker.
gonna
So you
go
go
first.
and you ask this guy about the building.
Yeah,
He's
I
gonna-
would like to know the history of the home there.
He's going to dig into the records, and he'll tell you the families it belonged to for the last, 100 years or so. Long list of names that you don't recognize. The next to last name on the list, however, is Bladewalker, and then the last name on the list is Rigby. So it must have been
Interesting.
sold to or given to Eleanor Rigby by one of the Bladewalkers.
I see. I see. Ask the man if his services have come with a fee. Would like to know how much I owe him.
I am paid by the city. I am here to look through records. I am performing my job.
Is it possible to buy the deed to that home through the courthouse rather than the owner?
A deed of a building can only be sold by the owner into the possession of another, so you would have to contact Miss Rigby. Lady Rigby might be willing to sell the property.
I've already discussed it with her. She seems rather hesitant. She said it was a gift. Is that normal?
Buildings can be gifted, yes.
Hmm.
Many titles come with landed titles. It is common.
Let me ask you this. Is this home like many others where it has a basement?
All the buildings
say
in
that
town do have basements, yes.
Excellent, excellent.
There is an entire floor of the, well, I shouldn't say dungeon. There's the town, and then underneath the town is all the basements, and just below that is all the sewers.
I was wondering, do those connect? Because I've seen some layouts of towns on my travels where all the basements underneath have connections so that you can travel through the town quickly without being seen.
That is correct. Most buildings will have an entrance into the underground through the basement level, yes.
Excellent. Okay, thank you, sir. You've been great help. Do you partake in medicinal herbs?
He has a pipe, and he only smokes tabak for what do they say? Like, smoking makes you more sharp and focused or something. Yeah.
I see. Well, I'll leave him some of the finest tabak I have in my pouch and say thank you for the information. I know you just said you didn't need any money, but surely this will make your day a little bit better.
All right, some pipe tabak. He appreciates the offer, and he'll have a smoke.
All right. I will head back out, and I'll actually try to find Morkan. I'll nod to this guard as I pass, walking
Can-
nonchalantly and slowly.
Can we test my stealth?
Go for it. What's your passive perception, Barker? Did you see Morkan hiding?
Oh, my passive perception is an 8.
Oh, you totally saw me.
It tied it. Yeah, I saw it. Morkan's like behind this little bitty pole, but his body is obviously sticking out both sides of it,
Yeah.
and he's trying to be really stealthy.
You can see a crossbow.
Yeah, it's like I just stop in the middle of the street, like, and look to the right slowly. Like I look over to the right, and I'm like, you know, everyone here can see you, right?
I need some practice.
Not as easy as it looks, huh?
You're a sneaky bastard.
I laugh and say it helps being small. Trust me.
Well, I'm waiting here because Bailiff went inside the house there, right in front of
That's
us.
interesting because I just got information that the Blade Walkers previously owned that home and gifted it to the Rigbys, the Lady Eleanor Rigby to be exact.
They're probably working on something in there.
Yes, she said it was a gift and it was used. She was very evasive, and I could tell
Hmm.
she was not being truthful with me. So I
Well,
didn't let on that I could tell, but
let's say that she did receive a gift. Like, what the hell could she have done to be able to
do you
deserve that?
think it's possibly a deluge production?
Hmm. Well, I have maybe I have an idea, and I pull my scroll out of familiar, and I say, maybe we can sneak a little spider in there.
Um, if we have time, that would be good. But I also got another piece of information. There is a lower entrance to a basement that connects to this house. Possibly we could sneak in from the bottom level through the sewers.
Yeah, yeah.
And we need to look for Vatnalos anyway down
Wait,
there.
wait a second. Wait a second. What about the courthouse? Do you think that they might have the maps of the sewers?
I'm
'Cause
sure
we're-
they would, but I don't know that
because
they would let us have them. Maybe we could copy them.
we can, yeah, or maybe find like an engineer that works on maintenance. I'm sure they have the blueprints. Imagine if we had that. That could actually tell us which every single one of these houses are connected to the sewers.
I'll go look at that real quick, and I'll go look into that real quick, and
Let me
I
get.
will give you a chance to summon your familiar while I'm doing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to our warehouse, and
I
I
point
can.
to the house in the Noble District and say, "You can use the wing of the house I rent."
Oh no, no, no! I need you. You remember that little that metal box that I had somebody made for me?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, I'm thinking of maybe keeping the spider protected in there.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, well, I'm gonna go to the courthouse and look for those maps. You do your thing, man.
All right. So I go back to the warehouse. I collect the metal box that I had stored in there, and then I start casting familiar spider.
All right, so you need an hour to cast your familiar spell.
Yep.
It's on your spell list, right?
It's a scroll, so
No, is the spell on your spell list as a caster? Like, is the summon familiar spell something you can cast? If
Oh.
you could learn, can your class cast that?
I don't know.
Find
Probably not.
familiar. It's a conjuration ritual that wizards can cast.
Oh, wizard.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought scrolls were not like a book or.
They get
something.
away. They get you. So they get it so you don't have to use the material cost to cast, but you still have to be able to cast the spell.
So could somebody summon it for me?
No.
It would be their familiar.
Oh, that sucks.
What kind of spells do you cast?
I don't.
All right. Well, there you go.
It's only my. It's only my. I thought it was like a one cast type of thing, like only one time.
It is, but you still have to be able to cast the spell to use it.
Could somebody? It would take too long if I wanted somebody to teach me.
You couldn't. You'd have to cross class into wizard.
Forget about it. Yeah, forget about what I was saying.
Now,
I don't know what I'm talking about.
So, if you can find a scroll, if it's at least on your spell list, even if it's a spell you couldn't cast yet, you can attempt to cast it, even if it's a higher level spell than you can cast. But if you're not a spellcaster at all, you're kind of clueless here.
Well, I do have arcane powers, but I don't have like a school, with specific spells because it's all part of my magical blood. You know, like it's blood magic, pretty much what I do, and it's not considered as like me casting a fireball. You know what I mean?
So another thing here from the DMG says any creature that can understand a written language can read the arcane script on a scroll and attempt to activate it. However, that's probably going to be quite difficult considering you're not a caster at all.
Yeah. But I do have magical abilities, but it's not part of a school of magic, I think.
So it says you can make an attempt. I'm probably going to require a knowledge arcana check to see how much you botch it.
No, I'll give it a try, and like, why not? You know, I all I have is a scroll to lose, I guess.
Find Familiar is first level, so it's not the hardest thing in the world to do.
I got a 13.
All right, not good enough.
Man,
You try to read the words, but you say a few of the syllables wrong and nothing happens.
I'll have to give it another try one time. One day. No, it didn't work. So forget about it, Barker. My plan's not gonna work. I'm just gonna stay here, I guess.
Meanwhile, Barker, you went back to the courthouse?
Mm-hmm. Asked about a sewer map, if it was available.
All right. All right. The old scribe puts up his glasses and says, "Oh, you again? What is it this time?"
I say, I've been hired to track someone through the sewers. I was wondering if there was a map available through the city.
Map of the sewers. No, we don't keep track of the sewers. There's usually members of the Ratcatcher Society below that have extensive knowledge of the sewers that usually serve as guides when the need arises. However, we only keep records of properties throughout the upper city as to who owns them, and not so much the fine details of the sewage system, where almost nobody ever goes other than those rat catchers.
I nod and say, do you usually make contact with the catchers down there, or do you contract them from up here beforehand so they meet you when you arrive?
He opens a book, pages through it, flips through, and he says, the current contact listed is a Mr. Vautinalis, I believe.
Ah, excellent. Do you think you could put me in contact with him? Or do I need to do it myself?
You'd go down into the sewers. He'd probably be in one of the early areas.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
Near to the stairs.
Enjoy the tabak. Thank you for your time again.
He was just misreading Vautinalos, so you already know he's not there.
Yeah, exactly. Wasn't going to lead on that I knew that, though.
Yeah, no luck with the spider. I'm gonna have to give it another try one time, but
I say, just follow me. Let's see what we can do. Yeah?
couldn't find a map.
No, but I think we should be all right. Let's just go to the house and see if we can gain interest. There was a party happening, and for some reason they wouldn't let me in, but maybe I can get into my half of the house.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
you should. You're renting the place.
There's different
Yeah, but
entrances, as I described. You can
She
get
was
into this
very-
building.
She was hosting a party, and I would hate to disturb her.
She's got her own house here. It's only barely
Alright,
connected
so
to yours.
Just quietly. Let's make our way and see if we can access the basement from this side. I
Oh,
haven't tried
It's
yet.
like there's one connecting hallway between the building she lives in and the building you're renting.
Mhm.
This one little
But
section right here.
When we were walking through all this, I'm trying to see if there's by any chance like any type of sewer grid or like a manhole or anything of that sort. Like
Yeah.
I'm trying.
There is a sewer entrance at most major street intersections.
When we get to the home, I point one out. I say, look, that might actually be the solution. If we go in one of these, with the guard, it's gonna be hard around here.
Is this the position of the guards? Are they like where we see them, or are there more that are not pictured on the map?
Like I said before, there are guards all over the Noble District, so just assume that they are everywhere. An all-seeing eye of guards in all directions.
I'll go in the house and I'll ask Morkan to follow me. And once we go in, I'll motion to him to wait for a second, then I'll bust right back out and I say, "Ah, Garland, thank goodness. It seems like a pickpocket has nipped my purse, my coin purse. I was walking through the noble district, just admiring the sights, and I saw an urchin in an alleyway, and I didn't think anything about it. But now that I get back to my home, my coins are gone. Do you think you could help me?
What direction did he go in?
And I point down this way.
I'm on it. And he takes
Thank
off
you,
in that
sir.
direction.
And I say quickly, Morkan,
Yep,
the
let's hurry up.
sewer. I'll roll stealth, also.
I'll work on the cigarette there.
Reshuffle your 3 back in there, Chris.
I wanted to keep it out.
Also, if you've got the boots on, you get advantage, so you get to draw twice.
Oh, for real?
That's what makes them so good.
I didn't know that.
That's why I like having them.
I'll give them back.
No, you're good. You need them because you're clanky, like a fucking robot.
I can take a little bit of a beating though. Yeah.
But we'll attempt to go down in the sewer entrance.
All right. You open the manhole. You descend a ladder down into the sewers.
Close the manhole behind
Yes.
us.
Yeah, we close it.
We both have dark vision, so the light shouldn't be a problem.
When we go down, I kind of look at the direction that we're going down and kind of the direction where the house is, just to have kind of an idea of which direction we need to go. Once we're downstairs.
And I'll actually let you lead the way because my perception's not worth a shit.
Yeah, mine
I
is
got
better, but
astigmatism.
yeah, I just get some shit rolls sometimes. Took us 2 days to go through these sewers last time.
Well, I'll mention that I know for a fact that the sewer clerk said they usually rely on guides to get around the sewers, and the one that she said is on call is Vatnalos, and we know for a fact that he won't be around. So, or I know for a fact that he won't be around, I should say.
Oh, wait a second. What if that's Von Lust that they're hiding in that house?
I don't know why they would do that.
He's been valuable to them, I think, before. He was working for. He was working for the boss, and it seems like his brother has.
That's where your misconception comes in. I'm sorry. The boss is not the boss. It is Big Boss. It is a name, and
Big Boss.
it is actually my boss of the new organization I work for. This is how I know this information.
And did they know about the deluge?
Oh, of course, we ruined their whole operation. I had to admit to it. I almost got killed. I told them that we had no idea it was them when it happened, and we were just trying to, help the city out. We didn't. It wasn't intentional by any means, but they definitely weren't very happy with me. Let me put it that way.
Do they know that we can make it though?
Absolutely not. I have not mentioned that yet. That's too valuable of information to just be throwing around.
No, you're right.
All right.
Where do we appear?
The ladder is right here.
Okay.
So you descend down into the sewer level, and you can see that here in the sewer, the water flows down the center, and then there's sort of an area that's dry on either side that you can walk on, sort of a rounded tunnel.
Ninja, one thing I would like to do is go to the place first where I left the note for Vatnalos last session. Do you remember me doing that at the end of the session?
That's a different part of the sewers, like way different, all the way on the other side of town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, through like the stairs, the north or south stairs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
northwest, I think.
So he's far to the northwest if you wanted to go to that spot. This is the spot right near Lady Serpentwind's house.
The flooded area you're talking about.
So we would probably have to go to the next set of sewers over to get... Alright.
What it says here is the trickling stream of sewage gathers in a shallow subsidence in the passage. The sewer continues in one direction towards a blockage of collapsed stone. The other direction leads past 2 small access corridors with steps. And then turns.
General
we were.
Yeah, general direction for the house.
Do you think this set of stairs is the place we need.
Is that kind of the general area?
If you think we were here,
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, what direction, like, if the direction of the map here matches the direction of this here.
there's really only one way to find out, and that's to explore it.
It might be the house behind it.
But I'm actually gonna have to say we might need to leave this here because I'm getting really sleepy and I've got to work in the morning.
Well, just to answer that last question, if you're trying to get to Eleanor Rigby's house, I think this is actually like rotated. For it to make sense,
Okay.
it would have to be.
Here.
It would have to be here. So like you're at the manhole, and then you go to the end of the street, and then you go down the street a ways, and then
Okay.
her house. This would be like under her house here in this area.
This would be like more the neighbor.
Yeah, that
I
would
see.
be. If you went to the end of the street and you went right, that would be this building here.
Yeah.
But if you go down to the end of that tunnel, then it connects into underneath that house there. This actually
So we
works
go
out
up-
pretty well for the side mission that I had planned. It puts you in the right spot. However,
Oh,
it
so
puts you in the middle of it rather than the beginning of it, so I'm going to have to like rearrange some of the quest a little bit.
We skip some part.
And Barker's saying he's got to call it quits here, so
Yeah.
it's been a fun game considering we only had the three of us. Hopefully in the future we'll get more players. I don't know. I could recruit, but it's a little weird to recruit people into this game.
I think people are just busy and stuff right now. Like Kef's just got a deadline for his job, and probably been working his ass off. He drives a lot, shit, I'm sure it'll be a full party again next week or the week after.
And
No
then
big
it's
deal.
like all the other people we lost too.
Yeah, well, we'll get it figured out.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy smaller parties, so I'm not really upset about it.
Like Zapper and Boswick. Zapper's Lazarus character.
Zapper moved to Korea.
Yeah. Well, it's not like you can't get on the internet in Korea.
It's much earlier where he is right now for him.
But yeah, you're right.
I mean, I talk to people in India and Australia, and they're on my schedule, which is great.
Oh, I really enjoyed it, man. That was fun tonight.
Yeah, smaller group gives us all a chance to do a little bit more. You know?
This is true. You get more of a spotlight when you're the only ones playing. Thanks for watching out there in